Is that a hamster?
Yes, Moltar. That's Cuddles the hamster. He's staying with us while he sorts out a bad roommate situation. Someone didn't read my newsletter.
Is he supposed to be eating that goo?
Yeah, Zorak. He likes it. And it's full of vitamins and minerals. It's how I keep my pelt so shiny and waterproof.
He's growing pretty quickly.
It's rude to point that out, Moltar, but he is that age. We need to tell him how proud we are. Tell him how proud you are.
I'm proud of you.
We're all so proud of you.
Brad, get out of here.
Okay.
Zorak, tell him.
I'm proud of you.
See, Cuddles, we love you, no matter what sort of enormous, disgusting abomination you become.
He's breaking down the airlock.
That's what hamsters do, Moltar. Don't stifle him.
What are you, his mother?
Yeah, Moltar. Are you his mother, or are we all his mother?
I could be his mother.
Do hamsters breathe in space?
Cuddles, no!
Hello and welcome to another episode of You Can't Scare Me. I'm joined as always by my good friends Mario.
Hi, it's me. It's Mario, the cool ghoul who's everybody's pal.
Who's kind of coming back from a Zorak impression, so...
It's hard. I'm kind of still there. I'm sort of still in it, is the problem.
And we've got ourselves a Brandon who's coming off of a Space Ghost, a George Lowe impersonation. How's that feel for you?
Hello.
So R.I.P. I guess we should start off with fucking sucks with George Lowe passing, but it let us fuck around with Space Ghost.
There's another very good reason for this, which we'll get to momentarily.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm confused and concerned about what this.
No, it's a very simple reason. It's a very simple reason.
All right. Okay. Well, guess what, y'all? We're here. We're gathered here today to pray to our deity, really large Stein.
A really large Stein.
Very, very big Stein. Did Stein eat some monster blood? Ho ho! Anyway, hi. Yeah, well, we're starting over again, apparently. It's Monster Blood 2, baby. It's episode number 18, or book 18, as we like to say in the biz.
We're doing a sequel.
It's the first time. It's the first sequel.
Popular demand.
Oh, okay, we're in
Come
Kermit
on,
Bill now?
everybody, strike up the band. We're doing a sequel.
Oh my god. I just get myself brain bubbles trying to think of how to do the Kermit impression.
We've been
Go to the back of your throat. And also...
Ooh. Dear listener, we have been stuck in impersonation bill.
Bill.
My pronunciation is just utter dog shit now. We've been doing the Space Ghost impersonation. I fucking Christ! I'm gonna restart this goddamn podcast.
Impression. No, we can't restart it.
No, we've been doing it for like the past half hour. So yeah,
we're in it. We're in the podcast now. This is where we exist.
That's where we are.
All right, y'all. So it's Monster Blood 2. And for people who don't know, so this is the first sequel for Goosebumps. It's the first time we've got a big old deuce at the back end of a Goosebumps.
It is a stinky deuce, isn't it?
That it is. So I guess we can just get started with it with Mario's history lesson. Do we want to?
Yeah, I'll happily tell you about what's happening in the big book we call history instead of the shitty little book we call Monster Blood 2, but only as history pertains to movies, TV, and film. The only history that matters. Let's start with a trip to Hollyweird. What came out in April 2024? Well, Clifford, a film starring Martin Short.
2024?
Fuck, that's the month we're in currently. The problem is we're recording it in April now. That's the problem. All right, I'll fuck it.
Oh no, Mario's gonna fuck it.
We're gonna, all right.
Everybody stand back.
Let's take a trip. Let's take a trip to Hollyweird. What films came out in April 1994? Wow, hey gang.
Hi.
Hello.
What an anniversary to be experiencing. Clifford, a film starring Martin Short, where he played a very annoying adult child. I haven't seen it. I just know that he's very obnoxious in it. Now, I like Martin Short, so that's not really a problem. But
The past was doing
its best. Yeah. What else? Here's a maybe more important film. Leprechaun 2 came out. Now, that's not Leprechaun Back to the Hood. That's just Leprechaun 2. He hadn't yet gone to the hood.
That was Leprechaun 2, Lost in New York.
Right, Lost in New York, exactly. Leprechaun, I don't know anything about Leprechaun 2, honestly. I've seen Leprechaun 1. It's not very good. It's also another The Past was doing its best movie. In its depiction of adults with developmental issues.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Although, actually, wow, Leprechaun 2, he did go to the big city. It's in Los Angeles, where he's trying to claim a bride. And he's claiming a teenager. Oopsie daisy. Oopsies.
The past wasn't doing its best.
Don't like that. What else? Well, okay, here's a more interesting film. Serial Mom, directed by John Waters, starring Kathleen Turner. I haven't actually ever seen Serial Mom, although my mother, a person who I guarantee has never seen any other John Waters film, loves Serial Mom, and often references it, because in it, Kathleen Turner murders someone for wearing white after Labor Day.
LOL.
Boy, the movies on this month were just not very good. Surviving the Game. Now, I'm interested in this one because I've never seen it. It stars Rutger Hauer. It's a Most Dangerous Game movie, but it is directed by Ernest Dickerson, the director of Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. So it might actually be very good. There's a possibility of that.
Demon Knight, one of the finest movies ever made.
Yeah, one of the greatest movies. Also the director of Bones, starring Snoop Dogg, one of the movies ever made.
Yes. I do love that movie.
I do love that movie, but I wouldn't call it fine. I'd call it something.
Yeah, we love it despite itself, or because of what it is.
Yeah, maybe because of what it is. White Fang 2, Myth of the White Wolf. I don't think it's a myth. I'm pretty sure the White Wolf is literally the fucking star of White Fang, so why are you fucking pretending that it doesn't exist? The movie Brain Scan. It's a horror movie with a pretty decent looking monster about a video game that kills people while you play it.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Or it takes out your brain and makes you a murderer.
So like all video games.
Yeah.
I believe the monster's name is the Trickster in that movie.
What about the Joker?
It's Joker-like.
It's Joker adjacent.
An unfortunate named film. Dennis Hopper directed several films in his life, and his last movie he ever directed, it looks bad, is a film called Chasers.
Ooh.
Which appears to be a baudy, sexy comedy film. So I don't know why Dennis Hopper did that, but he probably shouldn't have, and maybe he learned a valuable lesson. We can hope. When a Man Loves a Woman, which I feel like is a movie that's important, because I want to bet that the song When a Man Loves a Woman is from that movie.
When a man loves a gorgon.
No, it's not. That song was recorded in 1966, not by
it was
Michael
like
Bolton.
A Motown song.
Bolton recorded in 91. So you're right. Yeah, what am I talking about? I meant more that maybe Michael Bolton did his version of it for that film, not rather that the song itself was exclusively written for that movie. It wasn't in either case. I would have been wrong either way. This was an Al Franken written rom-com.
Oh dear.
Starring Meg Ryan.
It's a name I haven't seen in a bit.
That's boy howdy. I'm telling you, it was dire straight. It was bad. The situation was dire in April 94. And it's dire in April 2024. So the more things change, when they stay the same. With Honors, which I put on here only because it appears to be a comedy starring both Brendan Fraser and Joe Pesci. Which is like intriguing in that regard.
It's one of those freshy movies.
TV. Well, The Simpsons reached episode 100, so
Hooray.
Take that. Hooray.
Currently on episode 100,000.
Yeah, right, exactly. Sister premiered.
Okay.
All That premiered.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, okay. See, there's something that piques somebody's interest. There we go.
Yeah.
I watched All That a lot.
Me too.
I have a fondness in my heart for Lori Beth Denberg.
With vital information for your everyday life.
Exactly. The Sinbad show was canceled
Aw.
which leading to a good Freakazoid joke.
The scariest thing in the world would be if they gave Sinbad another TV show.
From the episode Candlejack.
The finest episode of anything ever written.
Now, the biggest and most important thing to premiere on TV this month, and possibly ever, Space Ghost Coast to Coast premiered in April 1994.
There it is.
That was the reason why we were thinking about it. That's
Aw.
so mark that down in your history books. Can you believe that? 94. Jesus.
Yeah, I can actually believe that because I
That's
remember
crazy.
when I first saw Space Ghost, I was sitting in my grandmother's living room and he was interviewing somebody, but I remember it being like not very funny. It was just novel because it was a cartoon character interviewing a real person. And I thought it was like, it's stuck in my brain. I didn't think about it after, but then, it kind of, Space Ghost, the early days were kind of very different.
I mean, the early days of nearly every Adult Swim show is very different from what it actually ends up being.
Yeah, but
it
kind of Space Ghost in a lot of ways was kind of the sort of inception of the like sort of, not in a bad way, but sort of the random kind of humor, the kind of like like goofy, like to the extreme.
It's absolutely goofy.
Yeah.
Deliberately goofy all the time. Like.
Yeah, and it took a bit for it to find its voice, and eventually they did, and I'm so thankful because wow, that show. I posted about it when George Lowe died, like a month or so ago. But yeah, that's a fond memery of nearly dying from laughing so hard.
It's huge. I mean, Space Ghost is so important. Like we've definitely talked about this on this very podcast, possibly last episode.
Yes.
But me watching Space Ghost, like staying up late to watch Space Ghost, it was like a huge deal for me. It's like, incredible show. Amazing.
One
amazing
of
stuff.
my fondest memories was in that period of time between Christmas and New Year's one year. Me and my older brother watched, we're up at like 3 a.m. watching a marathon of Space Ghost. That's what I think of that time of year all the time. I would just want to watch Space Ghost right after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful memory.
It's
I
amazing.
love
great.
Space Ghost. I love Space Ghost.
A lot of staying up late in order to watch it and then getting in trouble because the parents would find me downstairs watching up way too late watching Space Ghost. And yeah, there was a time where I was banned from watching it, so that's fun.
Speaking of staying up late and watching things, this isn't a TV thing. It's actually we're reversing time and going back to film really quickly because I skipped over something that's not so important and definitely none of us saw in 1994. But if you were in Japan in April 94, you could be watching in theaters Yu Yu Hakusho: Bonds of Fire, the Yu Yu Hakusho movie.
Okay.
Which is not a great movie, but it is Yu Yu Hakusho, and that's not a show I stayed up late to watch on Adult Swim. I know it was on Toonami. I watched it during the afternoons as well, but I have a fonder memory of the ending theme of it playing in the late at night on my TV.
It was the Go to Bed song.
It was a good go to bed song. Before Inuyasha's go to bed song. Video games. Speaking of Japan, in this month of 1994, the ESRB was founded, and everything got worse forever. Yep.
Oob.
Also, boy, again, just like a rough time for this month. Arrow the Acrobat 2 came out. I don't know.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel kind of podcast.
Daffy Duck: The Marvin Missions. Fatal Fury 2 came out for the SNES. Didn't feature anyone committed who is, banned from Las Vegas for crimes, like the current Fatal Fury game. But that's the trade-off you make, I guess, for getting games published these days.
That's who this audio. Well, I shouldn't say. I was like, that's
Cutting that out.
Don't talk about that.
Uh-oh.
Don't do that.
We're gonna get murdered.
Don't chop me up. Don't chop me up.
I don't want to die.
I am a ghost, but please don't chop me up.
A follow-up to a previous discussion we've had. Final Fantasy VI came out in Japan. Not in America yet, but in Japan it did.
I mean, Me and
I've
Bob
got-
should just have a interest gauge.
Yeah, I'm trying to vocalize my interest gauge. Yeah, it's kind of wavering all over the place. It's kind of
here-
down at the beginning, but
I mean, I get it. It's the gauge was low for me too, man. I'm looking at it like Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. That's so it's like it's
There's
so
my
funny to look
gauge at the floor.
Like, yeah, no, it's just like to imagine like making Pac-Man 2 and being like, how do we get people to play our sequel to Pac-Man? Like the New Adventures? Has Pac-Man been on an old adventure? Like
It has a very funny cover, and
it has
also,
a very funny cover. Yes.
Also, I believe that the game is actually good.
Is it?
It's really interesting. I
Wow,
believe this
okay.
is the one that has like an adventure type game.
I think this is like it's a point and click adventure. Yeah. So
Yeah, and
that's
it's like
interesting.
silly. I think I've seen it. I think it has like some charming animations and stuff in it.
I mean, I get why they would call it the New Adventures in this sense, but man, imagine being the guy that was like, "All right, we got to do something with Pac-Man. What do we do with Pac-Man?"
Pac-Man's such
It's just like a
nothing character. I just can't
It's
imagine.
a real round peg, real spherical peg,
Yeah, like,
square hole situation.
Here's the next game. This one's just here because it's fun to say. Revengers of Vengeance for the for the Sega CD. Revengers of Vengeance.
Kojima do that one?
No,
Revengulance.
it is Japanese. It looks like it's a shmup. Rocco's Modern Life, Spunky's Dangerous Day for the SNES.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Modern Life. Super Metroid came out in the US this month. It came out last month in Japan, I think we talked about this, but it did come out.
I was playing Hollow Knight on stream, and people were asking me what my experience with Metroidvanias was, and I answered, I have not played Metroid, nor have I played Castlevania. So
What?
that is the
Bob,
reaction
what?
that everyone
Oh
on stream
my
gave me.
god. you can't have not played either. You have to have played one.
I'm having a pretty
man.
good time with Hollow Knight, so I think I'd have a good time with either of those.
You should
should
play
Sawton.
Sawton. I mean, you should play Sawton. Yeah, for sure. You just should. I mean, the other Castlevania games are good. I like Dawn of Sorrow. I like Aria of Sorrow. I like Order of Ecclesia, but Sawton is the one you should play.
I like imagining myself right now not knowing that Sawton is Symphony of the Night.
yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
what the fuck? Yeah, I'll check that out. And then Googling Sawton.
We should
Like,
we should
is that a
gauge
word?
instead of an interest meter. You should do the Sawton thing and say, "I'm interested in this."
I'm interested in this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Super Metroid, one of the best games ever made. I love it. It's kind of hard to play these days. It's
Yeah,
The-
it was the first real game that I ever owned and played. Now I didn't do very well in it or get very far, but I do remember starting it up and like it being, a bit of a formative moment when suddenly you're playing video games. You know what I mean? Suddenly video games are real. Here's a game.
what is a game?
That was
What
not.
is a game?
This is a game that was definitely not made in Japan for the Genesis. It's Zero, the Kamikaze Squirrel. Remember when
That's a-
games could
that's
just
a
be
real game.
super racist? Like,
Oh boy.
hey, gamers.
Hey.
Where's my Zero, the Kamikaze Squirrel remake, huh? Where's that?
Where is it?
That's it. There's no more history. We're done.
Hooray.
Close the book for this month.
The end of history.
The end
Tale
of history. has
Souls,
happened.
souls and swords.
I was trying. Damn it. You got to do it before I could. That's Soul Calibur, right?
Is
It
it
is.
welcome to the stage of history?
stage
Welcome
of history.
to the stage. Heaven or hell.
Welcome to the
Duel
stage
one.
of history.
Duel 1.
Fight.
Rev 5.
All right.
Stage of history.
The wheel of fate is turning.
The wheel of
It's-
fate is turning.
It turned. We watched it. We all saw it turn.
Anyway, that's all. That's history. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I've got a folder on my desktop. It just randomly showed up. I don't know where it came from, but it's got a bunch of covers in it.
Oh, that's
Brandon, do you know anything about this?
That's right, Bob. This is Judging a Book by Its Cover, the part of the podcast where we do what they say we should not do. You can't scare me, and you can't tell me what to do. That one's Space Ghost this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit,
I can
yeah.
tell you're
It's
going
impossible to break out. I need to go to sleep before I'll get it out of my head. So, number one, the original cover. This is the US cover and most of the foreign covers as well. The Jacobus cover has forest green text on a yellow background. The central image depicts a 3-point perspective of a classroom school interior looking up from the floor at a central table on which is a hamster cage. The cage is split open, and a hamster the size of a large dog is emerging from a shredded hole in the side of the cage. Green monster goo spills off the edge of the desk. The ceiling and the back wall of the classroom is visible, all strangely warped and tiled with pink and blue. It's a pretty interesting composition, and the freaky little monster at the center looks really good.
Yeah.
I like this cover, actually.
I think this cover is iconic. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
The tag is "He's one hungry hamster."
Thank you for.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Although he's not. I mean, he is not actually one hungry hamster. Like
No.
that's not a. I mean, not really. No more than any other hamster, I would say. But I think this cover is iconic. I do think Cuddles the hamster is up there with the rabbit from Goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like, monstrous animals are iconic for Goosebumps, and I do think this cover is iconic. I think the cover is good. I think the hamster looks genuinely intimidating. Like, you know, it's as scary as a hamster can probably look. The fisheye lens thing that it's doing is neat. Also, great classroom background, you know, with the letters inside the lined, like the
capital letters, lowercase letters.
Yeah, man, that fucking hits, man.
Do they
I'm
still
there.
do that? Do schools
I don't
still
know.
teach like uppercase, lowercase handwriting?
I'm sure they
Surely
do.
I'm sure they
They
do.
probably have to.
I don't think that they do cursive, but I
No,
don't
they don't
know.
do
Yeah.
cursive.
Any teachers who are listening, definitely let us know.
That banner, or like that, like, yeah, that banner is like so quintessentially every classroom I was in for like the first 5 years of
Yeah.
grade school. Like, even when you've already learned the letters, it's still there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That and like a pencil.
Yeah, true. Why does it have a little white? Do you see that? Like a little white border between the logo and the rest of the cover? Like what is that?
Maybe that was the thing they were trying to do to make the goo look more like it's coming off a shelf.
Maybe. Anyway, doesn't matter.
No, yeah,
Also-
it does. What is that? That's weird. It's like they cropped the image wrong.
Yeah.
Also, look at Cuddles like right at the nose area and think like if you put this in an image generator and ask, is this Garfield? It'd be like 75% it's Garfield. The teeth
It
don't
is
do it.
getting
evil.
there.
It is
Monster
Garfield. I
Garfield.
will give it the orange, and yes, the ears are also I would say Garfield-esque.
Yeah.
It's close. It's close.
He's
certainly
giving
approaches.
Garfield.
I said, I'm sorry.
It's giving
I'm sorry.
Garfield, yes.
It's giving Garfield, he says, yawning. I'm sorry. I took my dog for like a 2-mile walk this morning to like to tire her out, and now I'm tired.
Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it at the top, but happy Garf Giving. Did you? What did you get your loved ones for Garf Giving?
I danced like John Arbuckle
Thank you
for them.
Thank you so much. That's a greater gift. There is not. A greater
I-
Garf gift.
Man.
My gift was sort of more of a concept. I gifted the hatred of Nermal. I sort of held space for hating Nermal in my heart.
You almost said normal. It's
No,
almost like
I would
that's
ne-
you would never.
I would never.
And I gave the gift of removing what the fuck is his name? The fucking
Lyman.
Lyman. Removing Lyman from everyone's collective memory.
Removing his body from the basement.
Do you remember that Garfield game where Lyman's fucking bound like in the basement? He's like chained and bound.
I'm glad people were having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, it would be really like the Winnie the Pooh game that like has the, for some reason, survival horror stage in it. The really Silent Hill-esque stage. What if there is a Garfield game and there is like the first monster was Lyman bound and like this.
See, now I'm just imagining like Neon Genesis Evangelion with like Lyman strung up instead of whatever that thing was. Anyway.
Adam instead of
Adam. Yeah. Also, I was watching. I'm rewatching House for a potential like video series that I was thinking about doing, and I just got to. It was like the 4th season, and there's
where he mentions Neon Genesis Evangelion.
where he specifically talks about Garfield, not Neon Genesis.
But no, he does, it's not Neon. He references Pokemon directly. In one of the episodes, House MD mentions Arceus, the god of Pokemon.
What?
That's not a
fuck is
joke.
that?
That's not a bit. It really happens. He says Arceus, Pokemon, look it up.
All right, I will, because isn't that also the correct pronunciation?
I believe it is.
Yeah. So what the hell?
No, I could be correctly pronouncing it. He might get it wrong. I could be retroactively making it right. But I swear to you, it is real. I swear.
It's like in 1 Hour Photo where there's
he talks about Evangelion.
Yeah. All right.
That's why I was conflating those two things.
Lyman is the monster nurse from Silent Hill 2.
Tell us of the great cover from the UK. The UK.
The UK cover is the typical UK cover is watermelon colors this time, right at the
Kind of
top.
like it.
transitioning to
I do think
slime
it looks
green.
delicious. I think it looks very tasty.
Yes.
Yeah, except for that yellow bit around the
yellow
green. I
black,
don't know if I would eat that part.
The letter's bad. Wouldn't eat the letters, but I would eat the goo.
Yes.
Yeah. In the middle center is the top half of a hamster looking towards the viewer. Kind of doofy. Enough said.
It's better than like a screaming child. I'll say.
Yeah. At least he doesn't seem happy to be in the goo. I mean, he's like nonplussed.
It's a sort of. I mean, it's not scary, but it is like an ugly hamster.
Yeah. Speaking of ugly hamsters,
Yeah.
the French cover,
Oh my God.
depicts a pretty abominable snowman ass, chicken nugget ass looking hamster.
I hate that
He is a
shit.
chicky nuggy.
He is very chicky nuggy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He is,
really like the child who's swooning in his arms.
Yeah. He is clutching a child
no.
1/3 its size. The hamster's sclera are black with green pupils. Green goo is at its feet. The floor is checkered. The effect is extremely doofy.
It's sort of.
It should be noted that this is most likely Conan. Who
It'd have to be.
But I think that they got Conan the Barbarian confused with Conan O'Brien here. Because
Yeah.
I do think it's sort of traumatizingly scary. Like if I would have a fear of this as a child, and then go back and recognize that it wasn't that scary.
Yeah.
But like,
Black sclera does it.
That's occurring to me is that one of the reasons why Jacobus is just like fantastic at these covers is because they're fantastical, and his use of colors are very like vivid in such a way where it's like fantastical, whereas this cover is using pretty muted, pretty realistic covers for at least the core of it, and that kind of makes it more fucked up.
Yeah, we are in Uncanny Valley territory here.
Yeah.
This is
Well,
like
also this is giving like the red background and the shade. It's giving a little Suspiria, a little
a little
giallo.
bit. I do for that. This has the quality. This image has the quality of a thing you would see in your like science textbook, and that an illustration that looks so weird it would stick with you forever. You know what I mean? Like,
Are they on a chessboard?
That's everything in France. They're always playing chess.
Oh yeah. Those French.
They live on the chessboard.
The hamster is saying, "King me, I'll
Kippelvel.
trade you this child." Kippenvel. This is the Dutch cover. The Dutch
Monster
cover.
Blode.
Monster Blood.
Blode. This
Dutch
doesn't happen.
What a shitty cover. This is just
The Dutch cover depicts a classroom at night in which a male child clutching books stands looking toward the viewer. A female child is seated in the foreground, facing away from the viewer, reading from a pile of books. The room behind them is dark, but lit from outside through the windows by moonlight. Immediately to the right of the boy, a giant hairy clawed hand is smashing through the wall and grasping for him. This was probably like one of the bulk standard ideas that they had. They're like, what if a big claw came through a classroom?
I mean, I think the classroom doesn't look bad, and I do like that you can see the hamster's tail in the background of the windows. I think that's kind of a neat effect, but it feels like the kids were put there after the fact. It feels like they didn't know what to put in the room, and they just maybe had a stock image of two children in a room. So like, because the boy, neither of these children is reacting to the fact that a giant claw has burst through the door.
Yeah, it seems like a thing that should be. It's kind of a boring composition overall, despite it having like some good details. I didn't even notice the tail.
Yeah, I think that one's cool. I like that.
I was like, well, hamsters don't have tails. So
I think that's the problem in my mind with this, is that it's too subtle. It's like, this is a children's book. Like all of the other covers are like, freaky hamster. Let's go with that. And this one is just like, it's the kids at night in a classroom, which doesn't make sense, but like, and doesn't happen.
Well, also the vibes are like completely weird. Like the left side of the
vibes
picture
are weird.
is like
Vibes off.
suspense,
Vibes
and the
off.
right is a giant fucking claw bursting through the wall. It just doesn't, and the kid is not reacting.
Yeah,
Both
they're
of
not
them
reacting.
look
It's
bored.
like
Right, that's weird. The reaction thing is not working. Like,
yeah,
it's just
really strange.
uninteresting. It's like, I don't know. It's like this was like filmed, and they took the exact frame where something was happening, and they took the frame right before everybody reacted to the thing that happened.
Yeah,
where
they need to be
people
reacting.
haven't, like, their brain hasn't processed that a hamster claws smashed through the wall. It's weird. I do like the blood for the for Kippavel though. I mean, that's fun.
Yeah, I tend to like the Kippavel covers, but this one is just like a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's too much stuff. It's like 3 different
Conceptually,
covers,
it's bad, yeah.
and one of them is really boring. So moving on, most of the others took the Jacobus cover. Jacobus.
people
I'm not
weren't
gonna say it right.
too excited about this one. It doesn't seem
Yeah. Or I mean, also he got it in one. So
true enough.
stuff. We love stuff.
And
Stuffy
things.
stuff. The first stuff is a pocket scream machine
Hell yeah.
keychain. This is a choking hazard not for children under 3 years old, and you press a button and it screams. It has just the Jacobus cover on the front of it. It seems like a really lame idea, but the ability to press a button and make a scream, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would have liked that. And you can watch Goosebumps on the Fox Kids network.
Oh, but you can't watch Monster Blood 2. So a little bit of
It's true. Anyone notice a certain name of a certain podcast right next to?
That's right. It
Ah.
says you try me if you dare. That's right.
That's right.
Yes. Oh yeah,
Reading
the
is a
alternate
scream.
title of this podcast.
Squeeze
yes.
Center.
Squeeze Center. Our podcast, Squeeze Center.
Our podcast. Welcome to our podcast, Scary Screams Keychain.
Oh, keychain
Sorry,
has 2
Scary
words,
Screams
by the way.
Keychain. Yeah.
Chain.
Our pocket scream machine. Is that a pocket scream machine in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh, that's actually a good name for a podcast. Choking hazard in small parts, not for children under 3 years.
Hey, this hologram fucking sucks.
Yeah. Okay, so the next stuff is a Monster Blood 2
Oh my God.
holographic ring.
That's
It is
awful.
a ring.
I love the splat that just says ring.
Ring.
So on the ring, on the very large ring, is one of those iridescent holographic images printed on Mylar.
I don't like
featuring
that.
a doofy Five Nights at Freddy's looking hamster guy. The reverse of the package, however, contains an adorable story about how the image was made by blasting Cuddles with a krypton laser onto a specially coated glass plate.
Aww.
Aww.
Since the above sticker notes the ring was made in China, Cuddles must have traveled there. The ring likely cost about $10 USD, which adjusted for inflation and tariffs is roughly $350.
That's right. This would you'll never financially recover from owning this ring.
Yeah.
To
And
get the
also-
best view of Cuddles. Yeah.
Well, hold on. To get the best view as an unfrosted view of light bulb where Cuddles directs sun watery light, dripping luckily eyes and Cuddles
right.
gaping wasn't too mouth hungry, use a when he clear light visited the source such as holographer.
I'm having a stroke. Thank you.
Graphic design is my passion. Thank you very
It's
much.
true. Yes.
You think, this is like
Don't dead open inside.
dead don't open
Yeah.
inside, side open in.
Well,
Yes.
wait, Brandon. We have ring, but what about
We have ring.
necklace?
Necklace. Oh my god, it's even worse. The hologram's even
We
worse.
even
Oh,
have
it's worse.
necklace.
Does
Ew.
this even have a backstory? This bullshit.
So this necklace, I like the necklace because it looks like the design. It's a different design of the hamster.
It
And
is.
it looks like exactly if you went to the people making the Casper 90s remake movie and said make a hamster ghost, that's what this would look like.
Yeah.
It looks just like that.
I agree with that.
I don't know why. So like these sorts of like little kitsch ephemera for children, like rings. Like, did anyone wear this shit?
Who would
were you
want
the
it?
guy
Yeah,
that wore the Monster Blood 2 holographic Mylar hamster necklace to the schoolyard? Can you imagine?
No, I never. I got this stuff. To be clear, I got this stuff when I was a kid because I was part of the Goosebumps like fan club thing. So I would get these and things like these necklaces and like novelty shit, not just for Goosebumps, but for random other shit. Never would wear it. The only time I would even consider like showing other people this stuff is when it was like in a card or like a page of a book or something, or like the cover of a book.
It's like the scene from What We Do in the Shadows, where he pulls out the silver necklace that his love gave to him, but he's a vampire, and so it burns him.
Oh yeah.
So he puts it on to show somebody with gloves, and then he like is gesturing up and down at it, like smiling, but it's burning him, so he's like wincing as his smoke rises
That's me
from
holding
his
my
chest.
Monster Blood
That's
2
you.
holographic necklace.
wearing your Monster Blood 2 holographic necklace for the 20 seconds before you put it back in the box forever.
Can I also say I was walking my dog yesterday, and the elementary school not that far from me was having like an open house day or whatever, and they were having an outdoor Scholastic book fair. I didn't go in because I didn't want to be a person with no children walking around at elementary school Scholastic book fair, but
they still exist.
Wow, that's cool.
yeah, it was cool. I was like, oh.
Hopefully you made that sound very loudly in earshot of all the people around.
No, I stopped and stared, and I do think a person thought I was a weirdo because they came out and they were like, "Good morning." I was like, good, hi, hello."
And then you left.
You're like,
I was like,
my dog really wants to go get a Goosebumps.
I was like,
book from
listen,
there."
I'm not a weirdo. I'm literally walking my dog. Look at the dog.
I'm just
look
walking
at her.
my dog.
Look at her. She's a cute dog. Be assured of my normality.
In all honesty, I am confident that if you walked up to those people and said, "Hi, I'm just getting a flood of memories from all of
I
the
bet if I
childhood-"
said I just wanted to see what the Scholastic Book Fair had to say, they would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
I fucking lived for the book fair, man.
The
I fucking
most
lived
important day
for
of the
it.
year. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. The sidewalk was always ending.
Oh.
We were always getting those goosebumps. We were always getting the where the sidewalk ended. I remember one year I got a magic book.
Yeah.
It had like a bunch of magic tricks in it, and I believe it came with a pack of cards that were like, it had like a cutout in the back of it so that you could like push your thumb through and push up a card so that it would look like it's hovering.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Those magic tricks were so important.
The Scholastic catalog was huge for me. Like, I was an avid purchaser of things from that catalog.
And
but,
as established on previous episodes, it was literally huge because you were teeny tiny.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Teeny
It was as big
that
as
was
me.
Giant book fair.
And sometimes you would drop it on your foot and go, "God damn it!"
Hello,
It
it's
was-
me. I live here in the under the cover.
It was like the
This is where
book
I live.
fair ate the monster blood.
I use the book as a blanket. It's but
Fumble Mario. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The catalog was very important, and then waiting for Scholastic books to arrive was like a huge day. Like genuinely really exciting to get like the package in the mail of Scholastic books on my desk. But there's nothing quite captures the excitement of the Scholastic Book Fair when suddenly you can buy anything for any reason. Like
Yeah, by all of
by all of it. Like the catalog, you would have to be choosier, right? Because you couldn't just buy everything in the catalog. When you're in the fair, gloves are off. You're buying shit for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that a bag of a Bailey School Kid with some witch fingers in it? I'm buying it. Spy gear, buying it. How to draw manga? I can't draw at all. Fuck yeah, give this to me. Like,
Yeah,
I'm walking out of there with the entire Animorphs book
oh
set
hell yeah!
and a stick of fried butter. Yeah.
Did I? That's where I fucking bought my Hork-Bajor Chronicles. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
yeah.
There's one more image
Yes.
in this pack, and I'm just gonna say this right now. I would wear this sweatshirt unironically.
So
Of course.
I wrote notes. An amazing sweater. This
Yeah.
white pullover sweater shows the Jacobus art in the center with a large aggressive text reading "Hamster Attack."
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I
Yeah.
would wear this.
I would wear this. There's no question about it.
Hamster
This-
attack.
Beautiful.
Here's the thing. Not only would I wear this, I think this sweater it would be unironically dope as fuck in 2024. I think people would think you looked cool as shit if you wore this in public.
If you took off the Goosebumps G, it's great even with it. But if
But
you
then
took
it would
that
be better
off,
without the G. I agree. But
I love this like 90s action font. This is
I
like
think it looks
the word
better than a
attack-
lot of sweaters you can buy now. Like,
Yeah, the word attack is written with like the font they would have used for like a shirt featuring someone playing soccer, radical soccer.
Radical soccer, very different from normal soccer.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Way more rad.
Yeah, it's at least 20% more radical.
Yeah, I think what's the is it you have to backflip every time right before you kick the ball?
You have to kick your opponents in the face with those cleats,
which require, and I think it requires you to do a backflip. You have to do that at the same time.
If you succeed, you must do the backflip.
That's
what cleats are for. And that's unfortunately it for the images. It was kind of
slim pickings.
Slim pick. I mean, that's consistent. that feels right. That feels about right.
It's really weird because I remember especially the cover for Monster Blood 2 being pretty iconic. I thought it was like more of a thing, but the more I experience like Monster Blood 2 and the more I researched it, I think Monster Blood 2 isn't like looked upon very favorably in the Goosebumps fandom.
Well, I mean, I also think that's also how I felt about Monster Blood 1. Like, whereas, like, boy, this cover is iconic. It looks great. And then I'm reading it like, wait a minute. Is this what the book's about?
Yeah, but at least with Monster Blood 1, it had like pack-ins that had like the
goo in it.
Yeah, gack and shit, and like the little
that's
goo
true.
things, and yeah, I feel like it's you're hard pressed to find anything that is Goosebumps related that doesn't somehow, like, even the font of Goosebumps is calling back to Monster
Blood a little bit. Yeah, I think you're right,
but that's why I'm shocked. And go ahead.
I was gonna say I do like the fact that like this was completely natural for them to do a sequel because it is a horror series, and like having sequels, having like infinite sequels and numbered sequels was like so completely part of the horror oeuvre of horror movies in general that like I don't think anyone ever seriously questioned why are you doing that again. That's just a horror movie thing. You take the old idea, you do it again.
I'm with you, and I agree. I think it works better for things like of the eventual Night of the Living Dummy sequel.
Yeah.
Or the more obligatory Haunted Mask sequel. That one feels extremely accurate to the franchise universe, where it's just like, well, we have to do it. My greater thought is, why the fuck is there a Monster Blood sequel? Because
it's a strange pick. I guess it's because it's easy to write.
I guess what we were talking about this last night, and I truly think it's just because R.L. Stine had a separate idea for what if a different animal got giant, and he's like, I already fucking did that. Oh, it's a sequel.
He's gonna be like, I mean, he was probably thinking like, I bet that this would work for kids, just like having a bunch of like normal animals turned into monsters. You're gonna have Monster Blood 20, and this time it's like a chinchilla or something.
Yeah. You know, I might be speaking out of turn. I might be being a little rude, but I'm pretty confident that this was a pitch from R.L. Stine had this really basic idea, and then the ghostwriter like kind of took it and ran with it.
I'll be real with you, Bob. I don't think it's a ghostwriter. I think this one is R.L.
There is not a single mention of how terrible deaf people are in this book.
I mean, you're right. However,
completely antithetical to the core story of Monster Blood.
Well,
they do have lots of fat guys
people.
This is true, but fat shaming is not the same as deaf shaming.
No, but here's the thing, Bob. R.L. Stine also forgets how Monster Blood works in this book. So
it's true. Yes.
I think he has almost entirely forgotten that he wrote the book Monster Blood. Like, I think that
it's almost like someone who didn't write Monster Blood wrote this.
I don't know.
I'm torn because I think that this book is really breezy, and so I feel like
I agree. Actually, I don't think it's good.
It's breezy. It's bad, but it's breezy. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. It's not a good book, but boy, I moved through it pretty quick.
But yeah,
that's the episode. Everybody, we covered it.
But I did want to mention the reason I was the kind of where I was going with that is that it really seems like this is the kind of like black sheep of a lot of Goosebumps, and to add to that, I could not find the audiobook version of this.
It exists apparently.
Well, that's the thing; it exists, but do you know when it came out?
1995.
No, not the book, the audiobook version.
No, I don't know.
I'll tell you, in a couple weeks. It
Wait,
comes
what?
out this month.
Wait, what? It hasn't been
Yes.
released yet.
It has not been released yet. I found a clip of it, and guess who's back,
It's
baby?
I know it's Kirby Hancock. I know that.
It's Kip Fuckabout.
Kip Fuckabout. Yeah, I know it's Kip Fuckabout.
He's back, baby, and yeah, they had him redo it.
How did
and,
they get him back?
I don't know.
It's been years.
It's been years. And yeah, he's back. He's reading it. He's reading the second one. I found a clip. I actually signed up because I searched online and I found that Amazon had the audiobook for it on Kindle audiobooks. And so it said, in order to listen to this, you have to sign up for their, Kindle audiobook, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Audible. Yeah, Audible.
Yeah.
Thank you. And so I was like, all right, well, I really want to hear this. So I signed up for a free month. I logged in. It said they totally got me. It's not out yet. It's out in a couple weeks.
I cannot believe that they are still releasing audiobooks of old Goosebumps books.
Yeah.
And not only that, but of this one.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And that's why I'm saying, like, this is kind of the black sheep of Goosebumps, because I can't believe this did not have an audiobook version until this month in 2025.
I would have thought they recorded this back to back with the first one. Like, they just gotten Kip Fuckabout to come in and do two back to back. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. That's wild to me. I'm reeling.
It occurs to me that maybe he recorded it and then they only just decided to like edit it and put it together.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, by the time this episode comes out, the viewer might be able to, will probably be able to listen to it.
Yeah.
So you all can tell us what you think of it.
Yeah. Let us know how Kip Fuckabout did this time, and whether he listened to our episode of Monster Blood and stopped quiet yelling. All right, and with that, who has the first round of chapter summaries?
It is I, Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. Can you go ahead and summarize the beginning third of Monster Blood 2?
Sure. There's a hamster named Cuddles. There's a school. There's a child.
Just one?
That's about it. Yeah, one. Well, no, there's several children. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
All
There
right.
is only one adult, though.
That's true.
Single. Well, no.
Yeah. All right. Chapter 1. Evan Ross asks his dog Trigger if the dog ate monster blood again. Trigger was as big as a pony, and he's about to set sail.
Was as big as a pony.
And stepped toward Evan. Evan tried and failed to order the dog to sit. Evan's inner monologue reminds us that last time on Dragon Ball Z, the monster blood disappeared into thin air, and that it makes you grow giant. The dog picked up Evan by the waist with his giant dog teeth to Evan's protestation and carried him outside, growing ever larger. Trigger carried him to the garden and began digging a hole in which to bury Evan. He's dead! This is surely his grave. Chapter 2. Of course, this was a loathsome Goosebumps freak out.
I fucking hated
Mario,
that.
Did you like how Evan says, "I'm not a bone"?
Yeah, I did like that.
I'm not a bone.
I'm not a bone.
I'm not a
I just have bones in me.
Well, he's a dog. He loves bones.
Yeah, that would be the problem, though. He's full of bones.
He's full of
Yeah,
bones.
it's true.
He's just like a big sack of
my dog
bones.
also tries to chew me all the time, so really, that's not a factor in dogs' decision-making processes.
Yeah, if you bury him deep enough and wait long enough, he'll be nothing but bones.
It's true.
Man,
Dogs fear this one trick.
Dogs know.
But I'll hand it to R.L. Stine. At least he started at the first chapter where like a thing happens. It sucks that it's not real, but at least a thing happens in it, I guess. Like I mean,
it's a cool thing with a critical flaw. Yes.
for one chapter you can be invested. And now, granted, the next chapter invalidates that investment, but I'll take it. You know what I mean? At least I can. If I didn't know it was coming, I could be like, "Oh wow, crazy."
Chapter 2. Of course, this is a loathsome Goosebumps fake out. Evan was asleep in his assigned seat in the third row near the window of Mr. Murphy's science class. And Mr. Murphy was standing
Did you
right.
just throw up in your mouth?
Yeah,
Thinking about how this fat fuck Mr. Murphy.
No, it happens involuntarily every time there's a fake out. It was just delayed. Okay. I'm gonna do it a couple more times. It's gonna be. We'll get through it, but it's gonna be rough. Evan was asleep in his assigned seat in the third row near the window of Mr. Murphy's science class, and Mr. Murphy was standing right beside him. The teacher shouted, "Earth calling Evan! Earth calling Evan!" A class full of children laughed, and Evan became red. To offset his embarrassment, Evan made the wise decision to declare to the class that he was dreaming of monster blood, and that it is totally real. Mr. Murphy said, "You don't expect a science teacher to believe that you found a can of sticky green gunk in a toy store that makes things grow and grow." Very naturally, very teacher-like. And Evan replied, "Well, you're dumb." I'm still in the Space Ghost voice.
Well, you're dumb.
Well, you're dumb. Well, you're dumb.
Well, you're dumb.
Thank you, stupid idiot.
Mr. Murphy turned red, but instead of freaking out, he calmly told Evan off and mentioned, for the sake of the reader, that Evan was new in town. The children grinned. Why can't I keep my big mouth shut? Evan thought. No, Evan, you just need better insults. Level up your insults with slurs. You should have called him. And here you insert beeping. Oh my God.
I'm not doing that.
No.
You're just going to have to deal with you saying that.
Yeah, just have to deal with dog up your.
Oh.
I thought we were friends.
I can't believe you've done this. As
punishment, Mr. Murphy made Evan stay after school to clean Cuddles, the hamster's cage. Evan reflects that he hates cleaning out the hamster's gross, disgusting cage, and that he also hates the hamster, who is stupid and fat, the worst thing you can be.
Yep.
To the horror of all onlookers, Evan ran over to the cage, pulled open the door, grabbed Cuddles in one hand, and then with an easy, graceful motion, he flung the hamster across the room and out the open window. This is a real event, and that happens to occur at the end of a chapter.
It's true, yes. Just like with Horrorland.
Yeah.
Just like the car explosion, this actually happens.
Yeah.
Just
Chapter
for
3.
This really for real happens. Can I also say, we talked about this a bit last night as well, that I was saying that I thought it was pretty... I guess it was relatable to have a teacher that hates you for no reason, because I had that as well. But in fairness, Brandon did point out that Evan does just begin by saying that
he's dumb.
You're
he's dumb.
In
So
class.
I grant you there might be some reason for animosity there.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody knows that challenging a teacher's authority and calling them dumb would be about the worst thing you could do in a class. You
That's
could do
true.
all kinds of stuff. You could murder a classmate, and it's not as bad as calling the teacher dumb.
Also, based on Evan's inner monologue throughout the entire book, I am sure at some point he had said something fatphobic to this teacher.
Oh, surely to God, there's no way. No way. Like,
Yeah.
this the fat phobia in this one is unrelenting. It's like maybe the worst in the entire series.
I got a part where I legitimately like double taked at the audiobook I was listening to. It was like, what? Huh? What? Tell me you did not just do that. Anyway, continue.
Chapter 3.
With the real thing that really happened.
Yeah. Chapter 3, the Goosebumps drinking game. Take a shot every time the book lies to you in the last paragraph of a chapter. And die.
And die.
And die.
Take a shot and die. Of course, Evan was having another daydream. Everyone thinks about doing crazy, wild things once in a while. Evan lamely tells the reader to explain his odious lie. Evan wouldn't have the balls to send a hamster into low Earth orbit. Evan pondered the mysteries of life. Why am I always getting myself in trouble? Why can't Mr. Murphy ever give me a break after I call him dumb in front of the whole class? Didn't the teacher realize how hard it is to be the new kid in school? How am I supposed to make friends if Murphy is always trying to make me look like a total jerk in class? Why can't I do a Kamehameha wave like Goku even when I try really hard? Mm-hmm. Evan then reflected a recap of the first Monster Blood book, in which he had stayed with his great aunt the past summer, met a girl named Andy who found the eponymous goo in a toy store, and how his dog Trigger had eaten it and become as big as a house, and so forth. It was such a frightening, amazing story, R.L. Stine wrote, his character thinking, and anyone who could write down such a story should be paid a hero's wage. Evan told his new classmates about the Monster Blood, and he earned the reputation of being a new kid who made up stupid stories, as you would expect, if only the Monster Blood had not vanished at the end of the last book. The bell rang, signaling the end of school. "Oh, Evan," Mr. Murphy called, "you've got a date with the hamster's poopy cage." Alas and alack the day, Evan thought. On his way to the hamster cage, he was tripped by a large buff child named Conan the Barbarian. Rolling on the floor, Evan described him as a large, big, athletic, buff, older-looking child with blonde hair, blue eyes, and a handsome face. Evan wistfully admitted Conan was an okay guy. Just kiss him already.
Man, they're yeah.
Yeah, it's the amount of times that Conan, who is just by the way terrorizing Evan the entire book.
There is a lot of talk about pounding in this book.
A lot of pounding and lot of Conan is beautiful.
Yeah, very handsome boy. So things to note of note here, right, is that one, Conan is featured in the TV only More Monster Blood, but he is a completely different character. He is obviously not this handsome, beautiful young man who Evan desperately wants to kiss. It's in the TV show. He's a metalhead kid.
Cool.
The TV show, which by the way, of course, has nothing to do with this story whatsoever. Even though Conan is for some reason in it.
Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien.
Also, in the more recent releases, they have changed the word pounding. They have changed it.
I was just about to say
to beating. They've changed it to beating.
Yeah. So officially, I was reading the newer one, and they changed pounding to beating off, which is
right, exactly. They also removed at least they don't call Cuddles a fat freak anymore. They just call him a freak.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah,
and it looks like they changed a lot of references to crazy. And crazy has become random or wild.
I think they should change more of the fat things from it, personally. The crazy one is really, honestly, the least offensive thing that he says about anything in this book.
The fat freak was removed from Cuddles' description, but not...
But what about the human who is like...
the fucking reference to multiple chins waddling.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, evil, villainy, indeed. It is ever thus. Conan loved pounding kids because he was big and strong. Just kiss him already. Why'd you trip me? Asked Evan. Conan said it was an accident. Evan asked why couldn't Conan leave him alone. Conan shrugged, but admitted Evan was right. He shouldn't have tripped Evan. Conan offered that Evan can punch him in the gut as hard as Evan can.
Never
Conan
do this.
Egged Evan on
Never do
until
this.
he finally tried with all his might, because he's an idiot. And predictably, it was like punching a concrete wall.
Man, this part hurt.
Yeah, it hurt me. It hurt all of us, I'm sure. However, it hurt me deeply. Drama was to ensue. As Mr. Murphy witnessed the punch, why did Evan hit you? The teacher demanded. Chapter 4. Upon the occasion, Conan bestowed a slight shrug. His blue eyes widened, reflecting an air of innocence. I am at a loss, Sir Murphy, Conan replied in a diminutive, melancholic tone. Evan merely approached and struck at me with utmost intensity. Here he gently caressed his abdomen and faintly whimpered. Alas, he has caused me considerable discomfort. Sir Murphy directed his keen gaze at Evan, his pink countenance flushing a vivid crimson once again.
Wow.
Evan, I beheld the entirety of the incident, he articulated with quiet gravity. I find myself utterly perplexed by your behavior. But Sir Murphy, Evan began. The educator swiftly raised his hand in silence. If you identify yourself as irked by the occurrences in the classroom, Sir Murphy stated, it is most inappropriate to unleash your frustrations upon your peers. Tenderly, Conan continued to caress his abdomen. I sincerely hope that Evan has not caused any irreparable harm, he murmured. Might you require a visit to the nurse? Sir Murphy inquired. Conan shook his head resolutely. From his point of vantage, Evan noted Conan's struggle to maintain a solemn visage. I shall be fine, Conan asserted, stumbling away. What an insincere charlatan, Evan mused bitterly. Had Conan been aware all along of Murphy's presence? Undoubtedly. Go attend to Cuddles, Sir Murphy instructed Evan, his brow furrowing, and endeavor to improve your conduct. I shall be observing you closely.
Wow. Wow.
That was it. That was all.
Well, I was gonna say, wow, that was beautiful and incredible work. That was, it was better than the book by a lot.
I'm standing.
Thank you.
This is standing.
It was wonderful work.
The Royal Shakespeare Company and I are here all week.
Good sirrah. Good sirrah.
This was originally, I plugged this into a Shakespeare, an English to Shakespeare generator, and it was really lame. It was a lot of that gent instead of, and with a bunch of normal words.
As if Shakespeare says gent all the time.
Yeah. Evan went to Cuddles' cage and pondered the concept of hamsters. They're kind of cute, but they're also kind of mean. Also, they shit and piss everywhere. Pretty gross.
Yep, pretty gross. They'll also eat their own babies.
They'll do a lot of stuff. Hamsters get around. Yeah, they get around.
Is that what that song's about? Get around, I get around. That was written by a hamster, right?
Yep.
They are also the ones that wrote, the hamsters collectively wrote I'm the Snake Light by Black & Decker, which is an old commercial with the Wanderer.
And obviously the hamster dance.
The hamster dance.
That is their song.
They wrote it and performed it.
Yeah.
The midway into performing hamster maintenance, he turned around to realize the hamster was nowhere to be seen. Alas and alack. But this isn't a fake out. This is rising action. Chapter 5. Evan briefly panicked as he heard footsteps come and go, thinking they were Mr. Murphy. But whatever, that they spent no time on that one. Cuddles, he called. Cuddles, I have some delicious sunflower seeds for you. Evan spotted Cuddles under the chalkboard, chewing on a piece of chalk. There you are, Evan cried. I see you. Evan crept towards the hamster. As he crept, he said, I have seeds for you, Cuddles. Cuddles held the stick of chalk in its front paws, turning the chalk as it ate like a little cob of corn. There are sunflower seeds, and I have them. For you, said Evan, inching closer. The hamster continued to chew on the chalk. Bro, you know I got them sunflower seeds, Evan said, inching up on the hamster. The hamster stopped chewing briefly, then resumed chewing. What these? Just some sunflower seeds. No big deal, Evan said. You want some? Cuddles chewed the chalk and thought of the dusty warehouse backroom of the PetSmart in which he had been born. Bitter feelings welled up within him, and he bit the chalk a little harder. Evan inched closer, holding a large cartoon sign on which was written, Sunflower seeds, $2 a handful. Evan crossed out the $2 price with a Sharpie and wrote free, nodding and grinning at Cuddles as he did so. Cuddles ate some chalk. Finally, Evan dove towards Cuddles, but alas, the hamster dropped the chalk and scampered down the chalk tray. Evan gave chase. He shouted, You can't get away! You're too fat! Not joking. The worst thing a creature can be.
It's true. It's true.
He chased the hamster around the classroom for a while, being outwitted by the rodent at every turn. Finally, Cuddles was on the windowsill. The window was open. Evil destiny swirled around the two of them. Swallowing hard, Evan edged slowly towards the window ledge. Come here, Cuddles, he whispered. Please, Cuddles, come here. He approached in this manner for as long as the reader would put up with it, and then a little longer. The hamster knew, of course, that there is no such thing as free will. We are all born naked and without purpose into an unfeeling and senseless world. What we perceive to be our choices are predetermined by a complex web of inputs we do not understand and which we cannot control. There is only the void and us floating in it. And so Cuddles elected to become one with the void and cast himself out the window. Chapter 6. Any reflections? Well, I've got this mirror.
It takes an unbelievable amount of time for Monster Blood to appear in this story.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say it's not breezy. Stuff is happening. I think more is happening than happens in the original Monster Blood. It's just none of it is in any way remotely scary.
Yeah.
I think it's funny to point out that Monster Blood, the original, was basically like all set up.
Yeah.
And then Monster Blood, Monster Blood 2, the sequel.
The squeakquel.
Has like squeakquel. Thank you very, very much. Has precious little setup, which is pretty good. I actually like that. I also wanted to point out really quickly that Evan really casually mentions his age. I believe it was during his dream, where he was like, you can't kill a 12-year-old boy like me.
I'm not even fat.
I hate so many people in this book. I hate Mr. Murphy a lot.
Mr. Murphy sucks. Conan sucks.
Conan sucks. I mean, Conan sucks because he's a bully. I mean, that sucks.
Yeah.
Bullying is bad.
Yeah.
Murphy
Evan
sucks
sucks.
because Evan's terrible.
Evan's mean.
Let's get
Evan
nothing twisted.
To be terrible.
Evan was an awful child in the original book, and he remains consistently terrible in this book as well. I do absolutely hate this kid and think he deserves a wedgie, no question about it. But Murphy is bad. Murphy hits me with flashbacks to my youth of having a grade school teachers that just like didn't like me. Although in my case, well, I don't know what in my case, it was like 7th and 8th grade where I had teachers that just like adamantly just fucking hated my guts. And like for no reason, and also made it a point to be like malicious about it. But, and I think we have all had some teacher that just like didn't like us, and therefore we could do no right in there, you know, like it was just like we were always the one at fault in any situation. But it's really fucking frustrating because the situations in this book are so fucking stupid that it's like the Conan punch thing. It's like, really, Mr. Murphy, do you think that this small child decided apropos of nothing to just begin assaulting a much larger person? Really?
Yeah,
do you think
tall blonde god?
Do you think that's what happened? And like, really? And it happens later where a bunch of dumb shit happens, and Murphy's like, well, that's just how it goes. Like, really, my man?
Get ready for the dumb shit.
I hate it. It's so frustrating.
Dear listener, yeah. Real-leader, yeah, okay.
Revenger.
The Revenger, yeah.
Revengeance, yeah.
Watch hockey, yeah.
Dear Revenger of Vengeance, please know, this book is really dumb. I really hated it. I just, that part sucked ass. Otherwise, I think, I mean, it's not like good action, but I mean, it's compelling thus far.
It's fast. I appreciate
fast.
the speed.
It moved me along. It didn't waste my time. Aside from the part where I didn't read a story about Monster Blood until like the last 9 chapters, but whatever. You know.
Yeah.
And also the first chapter is a dream.
Right. That did waste my time, sort of. Yeah.
Have we, Mario, you mentioned that there was a part in this book where it was the most egregious like example.
Haven't gotten there yet. Haven't gotten
there? Okay.
No.
I was thinking that it was throwing the hamster out of the window.
No,
and then it just like straight, because I was laughing at that part, and then it just like abandons it.
No, I'll highlight it. It sucks. Right. It's really bad.
Okay.
Get ready, everybody. You have something to look forward to now.
Yeah, please.
So Evan launched himself out the window like a child-shaped arrow. He spotted Cuddles on the lawn and bitterly imagined flattening him into a giant pancake or making a rug out of him.
He hates this fucking hamster.
Yeah. I mean, he's a mean guy.
Yeah.
He is like constantly fantasizing.
He does fantasize a lot about animal abuse.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The little Machiavellian sociopath.
And he hates deaf people. Yeah, he's a fucking psychopath.
And fat people.
Evan,
he's reflecting on fat freaks all the time.
Yeah.
His words, not mine.
Yeah.
The hamster walked in front of cycling children. Evan screamed internally. Imagining the squish of death, but the bikes didn't hit the hamster, and Cuddles continued toward the playground. Evan lost sight of him. Evan eventually reached the baseball field. Conan was there and held the hamster in his hand. "Prove it's yours," Conan said. Evan jumped for the hamster, and Conan jumped higher. Evan pleaded for Conan to give him a break. Conan asked if Evans had a license for the hamster. Evan tried to grab him again. The other baseball children enjoyed the spectacle of a bully treating Evan like shit. 30 years in the future, some of these children would vote to be led by an evil orange man solely for the vicarious thrill of watching him hurt other people.
Oh, shit just got real.
Yeah, I mean, like, they definitely did. Some of these kids probably died.
Yeah. Speaking statistically, that's...
Yeah.
And now
Conan
I'm
played...
sad.
Yeah. Let's run at top speed away from that reflection. I nearly took it out.
Yes, please.
We're all living it, so okay. Conan played keep away for an interminable time, taunting Evan cruelly. Conan told him to sing Row, Row, Rowed Your Boat. Is there a shorter name of that song? Is it just Row Your Boat? I think it has to be Row, Row, Row Your Boat.
I think it is. Yeah, I think you got to do that.
Yeah. Row, 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 fight the power.
Yeah.
Evan asked, would he really give the hamster back if he sang the stupid song? Evan was going to trade his dignity for the hamster if indeed he had any dignity left. I guess not much of a trade since he had been getting humiliated constantly. Conan did not reply because Mr. Murphy, the only teacher that exists in the school, approached from behind, always on hand to witness the most embarrassing moment. Conan announced to the teacher that Evan let Cuddles get away and nearly got run over, but Conan had rescued him. Mr. Murphy was horrified. He thanked Conan and told Evan that he was very disappointed in him. Evan tried to defend himself, lamely, but Mr. Murphy silenced him and left. Evan melted into a puddle of self-pity. He pictured Cuddles stuffed into a muffin tin and baked in an oven.
Yeah, fucked up.
I mean, like, I appreciate the cartoon imagery. I don't appreciate that Evan is continuously thinking of torturing animal.
Yeah, it is. It's, it's hard to like Evan. It was hard to like him originally. It's even harder now, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a challenging character to like.
Yeah. If you want us to feel sorry for Evan, you should probably stop describing to the reader the various creative ways you could think of killing a creature, a hamster.
I think that's true.
Evan left the school and began to walk home when someone came from behind and pushed him to the ground. He gazed into his attacker's face and screamed, "You!" Chapter 7. It was Cuddles in a human-sized exoskeleton suit. Just kidding. No, it was Andy from the first book, and the two caught up.
Gasp.
Andy would be starting at Evan's new school next week. They discussed the events of the prior book, that Evan stupidly told his peers that monster blood is real, and that he was being bullied by Conan the Barbarian. Evan begins taunting Andy with her full name. When she threatens to punch Evan, she says she'll punch him like a girl. No, Evan says she will punch him like a girl. Andy replies, "Evan will bleed like a boy."
That's
Good
badass.
for you,
That's
Andy.
actually
That's
fucking
badass.
sick.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, for as shitty as Evan is, Andy is pretty cool. I like
Andy
Andy.
was the star of the first book. She
Her
is
and her fucking day glow clothes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, Brandon, did they describe what Andy was wearing in this chapter?
They did. She's wearing day glow clothes.
Consistent.
Yeah.
Andy exists to be the driving force in the plot. I mean, she makes nothing but bad decisions in this book, but so be it. But secondarily, she exists to increase that word count so R.L. Stine can put in a sentence of what she's wearing every time she shows up.
Hell yeah.
At one point, twice.
Why not? Evan tries to convince Andy to tell everyone in school that monster blood is real, but she has too much emotional intelligence for that. "I'll do you one better," she says. "Meet me in the park after school." Chapter 8. Evan dreamt that his dad ate a big old glob of monster blood and chased after him shouting, "You're in big trouble, Evan!" I appreciated that. Why not? Write a better book.
Why not? Yeah, what a better book.
There is an aspect of this book that occurred to me later on. It's very cartoony. There's a lot of like cartoon descriptions of things, like the hamster being flattened like a pancake. A bunch of other stuff that happens later. Like,
I'm into it. I think that's a good direction. It's like better than the normal boring shit.
I will say this is, I think, the first time when a Goosebump has gone this kind of cartoony, hinting possibly at maybe potentially it being ghost written. But anyway,
a cool ghost.
I have a note just real quick where that when he wakes up from his dream, he is staring at the sky and he thought he could see the Big Dipper or with the Little Dipper. He could never remember. And then I have a little note in the bracket that says he was stupid.
yes. Established from Monster Blood 1. Evan, dumb.
He doesn't read books. We know that from the first book.
Oh yeah, he hates books. Yes.
Evan dumb and Evan mean.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, so
awful.
Much better book where his dad is chasing after him nonsensically shouting, "You're in big trouble, Evan!"
Get it, Evan? Big trouble? Huh? Anyway.
Evan wasted the rest of the page pondering what Andy would show him after school and went back to sleep. The next day at school, Evan was tormented by Conan again. He did the old tying shoelaces together thing, which I have never experienced myself because I don't think a single child could ever tie someone else's shoelaces together without being detected.
It's amazing how time has gone full circle here, because in the first Monster Blood episode, we discussed whether anyone had ever tripped on their own shoelaces. That's literally a plot point in the first Monster Blood.
Yep, that remember goes nowhere.
It does, yes.
It could have. Rachel had a really good idea, if I remember correctly, about how that could have like factored in, but no. Nope.
More cul-de-sacs, little tiny cul-de-sacs.
Yeah, the only prank involving tripping that's ever worked that I've known is, getting someone distracted, and then you get another kid to go behind them and then get on their hands and knees, and then the other person pushes them over that person. That works pretty well.
Or the old leg on the leg, a classic. Just stick your leg out as they pass.
Or just punching them in the nose.
Yeah, like grabbing them from behind, forcing them to the ground.
Yeah.
There's several ways to trip. Several less creative, much more likely to be successful ways to trip.
Yes, it's true.
That Conan is. I mean, Conan does also trip him several ways. He's like an art of the. He's an artist of trips.
Yes.
So he did the old tying shoelaces together thing that doesn't work, I don't think, in real life. Mr. Murphy showed Evan that Cuddles was sick and accused Evan of being the cause. In his mind, Evan accused the hamster of faking it to get Evan in trouble. this psychotic child. When Evan sat back down in his seat, he felt cold water seep through the back of his jeans. With a startled cry, he jumped right back up. Someone, probably Conan, had poured a cup of water on his chair.
Sucks.
The class laughed for 10 minutes, and the only teacher in the school, ordered Evan to sit back into the rank puddle. Not stretching credulity now, I know, in a Monster Blood book, but I think that's an unbelievably cruel thing to do. After school, Evan met Andy and described his shit day. Andy told Evan to close his eyes, which he did, then tried to spy through the crack when she pulled her hand away. Evan will not fail to do even the most meaningless of crimes. Andy retrieved a bag from behind a tree and handed him a familiar blue can. It said, Monster Blood, surprising miracle substance. Evan began screaming about it until Andy told him that the can was empty. What good is an empty can, he asked, then pulled off the top, peered inside, and screamed!
I mean, first of all, okay, the ending is dumb, but also, like, why would he go from, oh my god, you can't have brought Monster Blood, to the can is empty? Well, then why the fuck did you bring Monster Blood? Evan, pick a goddamn reaction. Pick something. Just
Pick
be
a
consistent.
lane and stick with it.
Just pick your goddamn lane, please.
And the kid clearly has PTSD about this shit. Like, and who fucking wouldn't?
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, where's the Monster Blood? Like, what?
He's got PTSD, preteen suicidal depression.
Chapter 9. Andy is shocked to find that the can, in fact, is about half full of Monster Blood. I'm sorry, of that bad goo is what I wrote here.
Oh, yes.
And yet, this startling discovery does not especially faze her, and she begins suggesting a litany of unbelievably terrible ideas for what to do with it. This is a thing. Kids at home, have you and your friend ever had a horrifying traumatic experience which left you with crippling PTSD and her with a seemingly unceasing desire for self-destruction? If you have, write into R.L. Stine. It's like, this is such a weird energy for Andy to have. Like, Andy is still the best character in this book, and it's not really a question about it. She's the best character. But, like, I guess she was a little bit wacky in the first book, quirky, manic pixie dream girly.
I like how you use the exact words from the edited the newer version of Monster Blood.
Unintentional, but yes. Unintentionally, but yes.
Not crazy. Wacky.
Not crazy.
Random.
LOL.
Perhaps. So random.
I did want to say that because it's just not. It's not true. She's certainly not.
No. I think they say that just because she's kind of tomboyish.
Yeah, I mean, she's
a very 90s thing. It's like,
yeah. She's different. I'll say, she's different.
She's Dayglow.
She's Dayglow. But it's such a weird thing for her to be like, yeah, let's do a funny little trick with the Monster Blood. Andy, you were there. You lived through this. Like, this isn't a thing you like. Why would you want to play around with it? It's you almost died.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that Evan and Andy are still friends. I mean, that kind of experience would definitely like kind of bond you in ways, but like, did we all just forget that Evan was going to abandon Andy at a certain point?
True too. That's true too.
Just leave her with the problem of a trash can full of Monster Blood.
Right. Remember, he was just like, "Hey, can you just keep this Monster Blood?"
Yeah, my parents are coming. I'm out. I'll fucking
just
catch
keep
you later,
this Monster
dude.
Blood
later.
But what's interesting also here, I'll begin saying it here because it keeps coming up, is that R.L. Stine just doesn't remember how Monster Blood works.
Yes, that's true.
Because R.L. Stine has changed it now, where the Monster Blood itself is the thing that grows.
Mm-hmm.
That is not true. To dear listener, if you don't remember, let me hit you with the canon. Monster Blood is a regular, normal slime toy that is old, also, gotta stress, that has been cursed by a witch. And the witch is dead. The witch has died now, okay?
And that's the reason why the Monster Blood disappeared in the first place.
It's why his dog is no longer giant.
It was reversed because she died.
Have you considered
a second
that
witch?
Maybe the Monster Blood ate itself? A second witch is a way better suggestion. I
know we both agree. Multiple witches. It's like, wow, what a bounty. Like,
My happiness is directly proportional to the number of witches.
it's absolutely true. We both talked about this in Salem, seeing a bunch of people walking around witches' hats. We were like, this is amazing. What an amazing place this is.
We're easy, man. We're simple. If
I'm very easy.
More witches, more better. I want witches, baby. I want witches for days. If I
Bring
could
'em on.
we walked into a crowd of witches. We were both like beaming. We were so
Like,
happy. I've
look at
never
this
been that
amazing
happy
place.
before.
You were like, can't believe it.
Yeah.
Salem is an
Yes.
amazing town, but also, you know what? It's just great. It's just, it feels holistically, spiritually fulfilling to see this. Anyway, I
real quick,
yeah.
quick about Salem. And this is stupid, and it's a bad aside.
Okay.
I was watching a tech repair channel the other day because
Wow,
I was
good
looking
start.
for a specific thing.
Yeah.
For this laptop I was repairing.
Jerry
And,
rig everything, or
I can't remember the name of them. It's like
Scary
Salem,
rig everything.
something or other. And I was like, is that Salem, Massachusetts? It was. They are 2 blocks away from Deacon Giles.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, I want to go to there.
That's oh my
I
god,
want to
dear
go to
listener, Deacon Giles, if you are a listener and somehow our podcast has reached you in the Massachusetts area, in any way near Salem, Massachusetts, you owe it to yourself to go grab a cocktail if you drink them. They also have mocktails there at Deacon Giles. One of the best cocktail places I've ever been to. Rules, great place, super nice people that work there. Also for Halloween, in not last year before last, they had an over the garden wall cocktail, which was cornflake infused whiskey. It was delicious. It was delicious.
I have posted it's Salem Tech is the channel, or Salem Techsperts,
Aw.
and their logo.
Oh, the
is
witch's
a
hat,
little-
excellent.
it's a
little
raccoon.
raccoon.
Witch's
Yeah.
With a witch's hat and a little screwdriver. Yeah.
Deacon Giles, great place. Salem, great city. Witches. We're pro witches on this podcast.
pro witches.
Extremely pro witches.
Indeed, I believe we said it, that Sarah Beth the Witch in Monster Bud 1 is like the sensational character find of the Goosebumps series.
Breakout star.
Breakout star. Anyway, this
Not
is all,
the dumb witch though.
Not the no.
No.
Evan struggles to let's see here. Evan struggles to determine how to dispose of the increasingly growing, or the infinitely growing goo. Again, don't question how this works. When suddenly Conan appears. Hooray! Everyone's favorite character.
Conan O'Brien, yes.
Yes, yeah. Conan apparently is an adherent to the strict gender norms, as he doesn't like Andy's name, which, as we note in the first book, it is important that she does not like being called Andrea.
I'm pretty sure Evan also says in the first book that Andy's a boy's name.
Yep, he does. But that's also when she says Evan's a stupid name.
Yes. It's a stupid name.
Evan's
Roasted.
stupid. I'm Evan stupid.
I'm Evan Stupid. And they were friends forever.
Forever. Conan demands the paper bag that Evan is clutching, which is the bag with the monster blood in it. But Evan cleverly hands him an empty bag. What? In retaliation,
Trickster.
Conan fucking crushes Evan's hand into a paste. The quote is, "It looked like raw hamburger," which I thought was interesting. I was like, what a weird visual metaphor. Well, I realized another reason why I think this is R.L. Stine writing it is because in the original Monster Blood, he refers to things being looking like hamburger meat more than once. He just, like, when he gets
Fixated
beaten up
on
in the
the
first book.
hamburger.
Yeah. When he gets beaten up in the first book, he mentions that he looked like his nose looked like hamburger meat or something like that.
I also think it's very funny noting that, Evan got his shit rocked in the first Monster
and he gets
Blood.
it rocked again.
And he keeps getting, he has really bad luck when it comes
Evan
to
is perhaps
bullies.
the most bullyable child to have ever lived, I think is the thing here.
That's true.
He's
But-
just so readily bullyable.
He's stupid, he's mean, and he gets hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's got I don't like him, but he's got a rough life.
Yeah, he does. It's true.
He's definitely going to become a villain later in life. Or
and that's true.
potentially later in this book. Who knows?
This just reminded me, as the Flash, Brandon, of course, knows this, that in high school, and indeed in grade school, whenever I would be experiencing physical pain, I would laugh uncontrollably. It was my reaction was to just laugh very loudly, and I don't know if that's a good defense against bullying or not, but it is what I did. So
it wouldn't stop.
I think it would throw people off. Yeah,
it was a ceaseless discharge, nuts and stuff. I'll never forget.
This is so fucking not a cliffhanger. There's a moment in this chapter here after so Conan gets the empty bag. He walks off having been bested by logic and then besting Evan by breaking his bones. Unfortunately, one of those is more painful. But there's a horribly fake cliffhanger here where Evan says, "I dropped the monster blood." And I was like, "Oh my god, they lost it. It's missing. That's what the plot of this book is going to be." No. Evan means that very literally. He just dropped it, like right where he's standing. Like it's like just literally right there. It's not missing.
Where did it go?
It's right below him. Okay,
in
the same way
when he realizes it's not in his hand, and then the next chapter is the camera panning down,
like,
and it's just on the ground next to their feet.
Mean, I guess it could be worse. It's not even a chapter-ending cliffhanger, but it is like this is the equivalent of me forgetting that I put my pencil down right next to me. Like where did I put my pen? I lost my pen.
Enthralling reading. Yeah.
The monster blood has continued to grow, so the kids wisely bury it in a shallow hole, which will definitely solve the problem.
I mean that's like kid logic.
That is kid logic. If I can't see it, it's not a problem. Like if I'm not aware of it.
If the monster is coming, cover yourself with a blanket. If he can't see you, you're good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a reciprocal thing.
Very similar logic to Evan's out of sight, out of mind. I'm just going to leave Andy with this monster blood in the trash can.
I mean, it is consistent with Evan's portrayal in the previous book he was in which he definitely did this exact thing several times. Never burying it, but definitely like, if I put it in a bucket and then hide it, it's fine, probably.
Yeah.
Next chapter.
Put it in a bucket school.
This next chapter is auspicious because at last Evan's dad appears in literature instead of on TV. Honestly, not what I would have thought for Evan's dad. Significantly a more interesting character than I would have expected.
Yeah, he's kind of an art nerd.
Yeah, he's an artist. Evan's dad is an artist. He makes 3D metal sheet art.
He's the type of dude who would be super into 3D printing right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I do think like guy who makes 3D metal sheet art is an extremely 90s thing. All of the metal sheet men you see sitting in people's yards were all made between the years 1992 and 1997.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those dudes who made one of those big mobiles. Yeah.
One of those big mobile suit Gundams.
yes.
That's his next project. This is Keto Senshi Gundam.
Get in the robot, Evan's dad.
So he has just finished making his impression of an autumn leaf. It does not look like a leaf, but it's impression. Evan does not understand art, and also is a shitty son because he makes fun of his dad and like internally mocks his dad's artistic endeavors, which like, I get it, you're a kid, it's kind of not normal, it's not quote unquote normal. I understand the like gut reaction to thinking it may be weird, but also like, Evan, you're a constantly bullied child, like maybe you should be nicer to your parents. Like,
but Mario, bullying is all he knows.
That's right, that's true.
Yeah, this is one of the like the mysteries of the world, and that like many people who are bullied turn around and bully other people the second that they get the opportunity to do it themselves. It's like bullying is like a fundamental force of people. People is mean. Animals do it too.
People is mean, and animals also is mean.
Yeah. Everybody, please
be nice to each other.
To your past self, why you know what this is like? Why are you doing this to other people?
It's also
what's wrong
like,
with you?
It's also like, okay, your dad worked with sheet metal. There is no way that he doesn't own a blowtorch, right? And that's like the coolest thing that a person can do in their garage. Easily.
Yeah.
Wield a blowtorch.
Is wield a blowtorch with like the mask down. That's cool as hell.
A wielder of the weld?
Right, exactly. If I knew my dad was a welding warrior, I would be like, oh, holy shit, this is so cool.
If the dad walked in behind you wearing the mask and the blowtorch and went, sorry, lifts the thing up. Are you winning, son?
So Evan's dad's last work the wheel has been accepted into Evan's school's art competition. I don't know how that one worked. I'm not like I can imagine a school art show. I can imagine a like community art show. I cannot imagine an adult art show at a school. Like
I imagine the things you'll do.
Like if the school was like a Catholic school that was associated with a parish or something, I could envision that one. That one makes sense to me. But that's because I went to Catholic school, so like I can envision that more easily. At school, Evan is late to Mr. Murphy's basketball tryouts. Which,
oh my god,
why is he the basketball coach too? There's one fucking teacher at the school as
There's
Mr. Murphy.
one
Like,
teacher,
there's one guy,
one adult only. I think that's like a good idea for Goosebumps, though. They should not have multiple teachers.
They definitely should not introduce more characters. I do agree. I think making his nemesis, Mr. Murphy, be like everywhere is the right call, even if logistically it makes no sense.
I mean, he's omnipresent. He is an authority.
Well, he's omnipresent, except he's only omnipresent when Evan is getting his shit wrecked,
which is most of the time.
Yeah,
so.
true.
Yeah.
So he's late.
I want to say that they did that purely for a setup payoff of a joke that happens later in the book about basketball.
About basketball. Speaking of basketballs, Evan opens the gym door only to be immediately killed by a speeding object.
Murdered. Short book.
Yeah.
He dies from this.
Good ending.
Yeah.
No, sadly, Evan did not die. Next chapter.
Rocketed through the opposite end of his head.
Yeah. Kevin did, I think, here fucking break Evan's nose. I do think that's what happened. I'm not entirely positive, but I think that's true. Mr. Murphy does not give a fuck about that. He's just like, well, that's just kids being kids in the gymnasium.
The kid who threw it at him said that it was a perfect pass. And what was his name? Biggie? The friend?
Dick Tracy villain, Biggie Malik.
Biggie
Malik.
Balls.
Biggie Malik is the most not. Here's another one of those like put a pro or a point in the pro R.L. Stine column. Biggie Malik is an R.L. Stine child name, like this, because no child is actually named Biggie.
He could have been a contender.
So Mr. Murphy also does not care when Biggie Malik literally and in front of God and man dunks Evan like a basketball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about
and launches him through the net fully.
The comic, like the cartoon feeling of this entire book.
Yeah.
Is it peaks here.
Where for sure.
A child dunks another child,
fully pile drives the child through a basket. Yeah.
Like what? Has that ever happened in a Goosebumps book? They're pretty grounded. Like I don't want to say grounded.
I mean, nothing this crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Human beings are not capable of superhuman actions in Goosebumps books. Monsters are, right? And I include evil people as monsters. I think we can all agree that's true historically. But like kids don't normally have superpowers in Goosebumps books. Just as a general
rule. Unless a witch gives them the powers.
Unless a witch gives them the powers or a mutant gives them powers or something like that. The fact that another child dunks a boy is pretty unusual. Mr. Murphy's response to all of this is, "You're just too short.
Yep.
You're just too short to play basketball."
To which Evan responds, "And you're too fat."
I mean,
round it out.
Yep, round it out. I mean, that being said, this is also fucking grade school basketball. No one's too short to play grade school basketball. It's not a fucking real sport. It's just a place for children to go to dribble a ball around, and like it's not good. It's not good sports.
Right. No one's here thinking that these kids are actually going to be good at that's a bonus if the kids are actually good at the sport. It's more about just having kids just be kids and play with each other.
It's
and
a place for children.
Friendships.
It's a place for children to go so their parents don't have to see them for an extra hour a day.
That as well, yes.
Later, Andy comes up with a devious scheme. Or to quote Blackadder, a cunning plan. Next chapter, Andy, clothing description, has the great and not insane idea to give Cuddles a little monster blood as a treat.
And
just
wearer of clothes.
Just enough to make him dog size. Now, all right, let's just again remember.
Can you control?
Right, the monster blood is magic, and there is no dosage of monster blood that makes there is no dose size correlation.
Right.
Once you eat the monster blood, you just keep growing. That's the way it works.
The curse that's being transferred from the monster blood into whatever eats it is that it will continue to grow and grow and grow.
Right. It never stops. That's why the dog eating the monster blood was a problem.
Yeah,
because it continually
kept getting
grew.
bigger and bigger. Yeah. Just like the monster blood, which was the problem that they were dealing with through the entire first fucking book. But I guess they just forgot that, and now it's these are kids.
To make an overly a not one-to-one correlation, but this is in my actual job when people ask me in court, well, what's a safe dosage of methamphetamine? There isn't one.
What's a safe dosage?
You're not
of
supposed to take
blood?
it at all. It's bad all the time. You shouldn't
Even
have
if it
any
gets
of
you
it.
really high.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean,
But
I'm sure.
what if I want to get high?
Well, then it's all right. Then I guess.
Okay.
Have they ever asked you what's the best drug for getting high? The jury leans in.
And where do you get it? Leans in further.
Now, this is the worst question ever. Was do dead bodies smell bad? In court in front of a jury. It was yeah, they do.
Well, have you ever shit yourself?
Literally, the question was then followed by, do they shit themselves? I was sometimes, yeah.
Do they shit? Did they shitted?
Did they came their pants and they shitted then pissed themselves?
Unbelievably real true stories of life.
We need to do a sub podcast talking about all the fucking nonsense you've gone through when you're
an attorney asks, how is Babby formed?
How is Babby formed?
How is Babby formed?
How a girl get pregnant?
I did. I know. I mean, another great question was, Doc, do bears eat people? I was like, first of all,
the classic setup. Obviously, we know the answer here, so just fill in the blank here, Doc.
I was just
leading.
Well,
questions.
I'm not a bear expert, but just historically speaking, I think we can say that's true.
Barely eat anything, especially if you take them to hometown buffet.
I do believe they are omnivorous. But
was that your answer? I do believe they're omnivorous.
I think I said yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, this is all prelude to the fact that the monster blood is gone. It's not there anymore. Who would have thought that burying it less than 1 foot under the ground didn't work that well?
Oh my God.
Who could have predicted this happening? Certainly not me.
So anyway, the town was then overrun by giant ants.
Ants, which is, literally Do you think that they read Monster Blood 2 before making more Monster Blood and thought about that? Or did they just make Monster Blood 2 more? Did they just not and think maybe we just put giant ant in this one?
They watched Space Ghost Coast to Coast, the one episode.
It's a real chicken.
They
and
could
egg.
have moron.
It's a chicken and egg situation.
That's true. Chicken and ant.
Evan and Andy realized that handing Conan an empty bag was actually not a clever strategy, and he probably followed them to their hiding spot. Wow. No way. Anyway, at school, Evan decides to just demand Conan, clothing description, give the monster blood back, but Conan needs that goo to get bigger so he can pound Evan better. I needed to just process that information. Conan needs the goo to pound Evan better.
Mario, no. You got to use the updated. You got to say that,
he needs
Conan
to get bigger so he can beat him off better.
Exactly. There you go.
Improvements.
So anyway, he shoves Evan in lockers. That's what happens. So the response to that is he gets shoved in a locker.
Yep. Correct. Thank you, Conan.
He gets crammed into a locker.
Right. Because this school is full of idiots and morons, when Evan finally escapes, he is unable to explain his tardiness to Mr. Murphy, who then punishes him.
So much of this would be explained if Evan was just Conan is bullying the fuck out of me.
Just say it. If Evan just said, Conan shoved me in a locker.
And
End. Period. What? Like, I guess he's supposed to be out of breath or something, but like that doesn't prevent you from then saying, "Hey, the reason I was late is because Conan shoved me in a fucking locker." Like, I specifically remember there is a day in grade school where a kid who at the time was not necessarily a bully, but he had some like anger issues. He had some problems. He got a lot. I continued to know him all the way through high school. And he got a lot better and became a much better adjusted person. But at the time, he smacked me in the fucking face with a chair, and I was walking around with like an ice pack on my face because I had a big fucking bruise, developing, and everybody kept asking why I had it, and every time they asked, I said, "Well, it's because that kid hit me in the fucking jaw." Like,
yeah,
it's not hard to explain.
It's the first thing you'd think to say.
Yeah.
Just say it. It's not like there is no reason why. I cannot imagine why Evan would just not say it.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard to let
other people from other grade schools punch you.
That night, Evan and Andy attempt to break into Conan's house. This is kind of exciting. It's kind of a neat event. Again, it's not scary, but it's an event. Things are happening again.
Yeah, they're doing a thing.
Now here, Bob, is what I think is the worst fake out that I've ever read in Goosebumps. And that is that suddenly, as they arrive at Conan's yard, an angry, loud guard dog runs at them with intent to kill. All right? It's too late to run, Andy shrieked as the dog bears down on them.
He's dead.
They're dead. And then they die.
They would be dead. I mean, they would be dead. Okay, now here's the part where this next chapter, the dog was Trigger, who you will remember is Evan's dog.
Yeah.
So Evan's
He's
dog,
dumb.
Evan's
a tiny
dog, who is a Cocker Spaniel, followed them and predicted where they were going, arriving ahead of them at Conan's house in time to set up post as a guard dog in Conan's yard, and then attack them as a guard dog might, rather than approaching them in a normal way like a dog would that knows you. I hate this. Like, I really fucking hate this. This is despicable. R.L. Stine. I just...
Will he not answer for his crimes?
Someday he might.
We got to get him on the pod.
The duo break in through a window. Andy implies that she has done this before. Okay, interesting.
Andy's cool.
So she's cool. All right. They explore the house and find Conan's room. Conan has a teddy bear, and that's very funny to imagine that. Conan also did not even bother to hide the monster blood. I mean, yeah, Evan, why would he? It's in his house.
It's his room.
Why would he? Didn't think you were gonna break into his home. Like
honestly, who would? Like,
why would you hide it? Yeah, there's nothing to hide.
Right.
If okay, let's say your mom went into your bedroom and found your can of monster blood. Okay, and like, it's a toy. It's like. Andy finds monster blood easily. Evan opens the can and finds the goo has kindly waited until right now to grow exponentially. But before they can ensure, before it like grabs his hand, it like traps Evan's hand.
Yep.
Before they can get his hand out of it, and he's like, "It's pulling me in," which is a weird thing to say because it's in a small toy can, like. It's not really pulling you in anything, Evan. It's not like
he might mean it like in a psychological sense.
No, it's like drawing me in. This isn't like the Blob where the guy gets pulled down the drain in the sink. This is just a very clearly small canister. It can't pull you into it. It's just grabbing onto you. Anyway,
yeah, it's just sucking you off.
It's sucking him off. Yeah, it's sucking him off.
Yeah.
And anyway, this ignoring this frightening scene, someone has come home. Oh my god.
Oh my
god. By sheer coincidence, everyone is here. The
whole gang.
Evan and Andy hide on the window ledge in what I would call an almost exciting sequence. It's definitely like actual physical danger. Again, it is an event, which I would say is credit where it's due. You're reading something. Things are happening. And I mean, the monster blood is present. So if not directly the point of the book, it is present. Conan comes home and goes to his room where he listens to rap music. It is 1994, so I will let you imagine what that rap music sounded like.
It is the hip hop.
The hippity hops. Turns out Andy is afraid of heights. Okay. And she and Evan just have to sit on the relatively high window ledge and wait him out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So there's a character named Biggie in here.
Yeah.
Notorious B.I.G. came out with Ready to Die in 1994.
Ooh, okay.
Evan is listening to Ready to Die.
That is what Conan's listening to. Evan doesn't like that.
Or if you wanted something appropriate for what's happening, Coolio came out with It Takes a Thief.
Ooh, okay. I do like that. That would be in the theatrical release of this book, that would be what's happening. That's the background track. Evan definitely does not listen to rap, and you know that. You know Evan is 100% a kid that's like, no rap or country, please.
Yes.
I listen to everything, no rap or country.
He definitely listens to classic rock.
Oh, for sure.
And he thinks that makes him cool.
Yeah.
So they are hiding on this ledge. Very tense situation. They're waiting Conan out, but oh no, Trigger is here and he's barking up at them. And Conan hears Trigger and pokes his head out the window comically in a almost comic ridiculous scene to see what's going on. Cliffhanger. Will they be spotted? Could it be? What will happen?
Who knows?
Well,
I know. I do. Chapter 17, quick recap. The very last chapter of the very last sentence of chapter 16 was Evan started to fall. And the very first sentence of chapter 17 is no, he didn't. Conan's mom tells Conan there's cake and ice cream for dessert, and he leaves, allowing Evan and Andy to go back into the house and make their way down the stairs. What's that?
No, there wasn't.
I said yummo to cake and ice cream.
Delicio. So continuing the long legacy of Goosebumps, quote, I'm christening this, the bump scare. Okay. Conan's father tells Conan to go to his room and to get the math homework he was having trouble with, which I'm sure will result in them getting caught. Chapter 18. Conan's mom demands Conan eat his cake and ice cream right now.
I mean, honestly, hell yeah. Cool,
I like
man.
Conan's mom. You know, when we were talking earlier about like good characters in this book, I like Conan's mom. Conan's mom is chill. Eat your fucking cake and ice cream right now. Don't worry about any homework shit. Fucking
Dad, shut up. Let him eat his ice cream. I love that.
Eat this ice cream now, young man.
Eat ice cream. Which allows Evan and Andy time to finally escape the house. Once outside, Andy helps Evan dislodge the can of monster blood stuck to his hand. And by the way, there's been a lot of talk of sucking sounds.
Sucking and pounding. This book is full of sucking and pounding.
Sucking and pounding, a lot of that going on. And in the first book too. Evan makes Andy promise to bury the monster blood, albeit begrudgingly. The next day, Evan comes down with a case of the sniffles, and his mom keeps him home from school. But once he returns, Evan notices that Cuddles the hamster has grown to the size of a rabbit, which isn't really that big for a hamster. I guess it depends on the rabbit.
The curse is weakening.
It's weakening. You can practically hear RL's ghostwriter shrugging in defeat with this bump scare.
Bumps scare. Bump scare.
Gubba bumps. Gubba bump scare. Chapter 19, Mr. Murphy thinks Evan has overfed Cuddles, and Evan briefly considers calling him a fat fuck before deciding against it.
The kid can't win. I mean, he just can't win.
Kid cannot win. Nope. Murphy tells Evan to stay after school to discuss Cuddles, and Evan attempts to find Annie to yell at her for feeding monster blood to the hamster, but gets harassed by Conan instead. Shocking. Having learned nothing about the handshake trap he's fallen for multiple times already. It's okay. So this has happened multiple times at this point. Conan will be like, "Hey, Evan, sorry about that. You know, I'm just kind of, I'm just going through it, man. We'll put her there." And Evan will go in for a handshake and then get his hand crushed and turned into, quote, hamburger.
Evan's
I'll buy a hamburger when I get back from the tomb.
Too stupid to live.
But yeah, and he even yells at himself for falling for it for a second time, and then here he is falling for it for a third time. It's not a flaw. It's just funny. Anyway, the next day, Evan arrives back at school, desperately hoping Cuddles has returned to normal size. Chapter 20, Cuddles Big and Escape. Chapter 21, Cuddles is the size of a dog now, and the entire class thinks it's cool as fuck. But that's not important. At the start of the chapter, Evan is talking to Andy, and a boy is described as waving to Evan. And Evan doesn't wave back. You know, Evan, this might be why no one likes you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you little freak.
Little fuck. Anyway, Andy confirms she fed Cuddles monster blood. Evan cuts science class to avoid getting yelled at by Mr. Murphy, who also thinks having a giant hamster is rad. The chapter ends with Evan wondering how big Cuddles is going to get. Chapter 22, Evan and Andy arrive back at school the next day to discover Cuddles has grown 10 feet tall. Mr. Murphy fruitlessly tries to command Cuddles to sit. Quote, "Down, Cuddles, get down." The teacher's chins quivered and his big belly bounced up and down beneath his tight gray knit polo shirt. Unquote. Maybe RL didn't use a ghostwriter for this after all.
maybe it was like a collaboration. He's like, listen, I'll give you some material to work with, and he gave him 4 pages of like the disgusting fat slob waddled down the hallway.
Yeah, maybe it is a ghostwriter because it's not as bad as it could have been.
It's hard to say, right? Maybe it was a collaborative effort.
It's true. It's true. Anyway, Cuddles starts to destroy the school one chair at a time, and the chapter ends with Evan getting an idea, which is probably stupid, like he is. Chapter 23, Evan's idea is to get his dad's wheel sculpture that was set up in an earlier chapter and give it to Cuddles, who will surely be entertained by it so much that he will die or something.
I mean, I appreciate the setup payoff, but like you got like Evan, you know that like hamsters don't just like naturally like wheels, right? Like the hamsters just don't like see wheels in nature and think like, fuck yeah, wheel time for me.
Wheel time.
He is a dumb kid, and this is a cartoon universe.
I guess
like,
that's
he's
true.
probably,
I guess
like,
that's
not
true.
so
That's
far
true.
away.
Chapter 24, Cuddles destroys the wheel and grabs Conan, who starts sobbing and crying for his mommy. He also starts vomiting ice cream and cake while pissing and shitting his pants, but that was left out of the book. Anyway, Evan gets the idea to eat some monster blood, and both him and Andy make their way to Andy's locker where she's stashed it. The locker's stuck, but when Evan manages to swing it open, the monster blood pours out onto him and starts to devour him with sucking sounds.
Thank you.
Sucked off to death. The Monster Blood 2 story. Chapter 25. Andy saves Evan from the sucking sounds. So Evan jams some monster blood down his throat, which he says doesn't taste bad and describes as lemony. Evan begins to grow immediately, calling into question the monster blood growth speed set up in both this book as well as the previous one, but fuck it, who cares? Goosebumps.
Just doesn't.
No
what
rules.
are the rules? What are the rules?
Gubba bumps don't matter. Don't worry. Don't worry, Mario. It's Goosebumps.
It's Goosebumps. Forget it. Forget it. It's Mario. It's
Forget
Goosebumps.
it, Mario. It's Goosebumps.
Gubba
Evan
Bump's House of Tucci.
Evan begins to fight Cuddles, and the chapter ends right as Cuddles is about to bite Evan's head off. The sound of a loud pop echoes throughout the classroom.
Yeah, I mean it would.
Surely this was the sound of Evan's head being smashed by Cuddles, right? No, dear listener, it was the sound of bullshit as Cuddles and Evan both return to normal size. Why did this happen? Andy explains that the expiration date on the can of Monster Blood is today.
LOL.
The universe boos in unison as Mr. Murphy makes a joke about Evan joining the wrestling team instead of the basketball team. Yeah.
I actually really like that ending.
It's very it's real Looney Tunes shit. Although I would say again, it's sort of a question of how the fuck what are the rules again? Because I'm fairly sure it wasn't outright stated the monster blood was expired in the previous book. I thought it was. It seems like it's not, but it's definitely
It's
ancient.
implied
It's
to be very old. Very old.
Yeah. But also, again, this is not how it works. It's not the monster blood is not the thing that makes them giant.
It's true. It's true.
This is the Looney Tunes cartoon where Bugs Bunny is crashing in a plane and it stops like 2 feet above the ground because it ran out of gas.
Yeah. Yes, it is exactly
like
that
that.
way. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's very goofy. It's not scary anyway, but it, you know what? I think it's a funny ending. It works enough. It's fine.
Oh, well, it's about to get funnier, Mario. So smash
please.
cut to that night as Andy
Oh,
meets
yeah.
Evan at his house. Andy says her parents have sent her something from Europe. Then Mr. Murphy arrives, okay, and gives Evan Cuddles as a present for kicking his ass, I guess, because, and by the way, that's not Mr. Murphy cuddling Evan. That's Mr. Murphy giving the hamster, whose name is Cuddles,
Yeah.
to Evan. Anyway, by the way, it isn't mentioned, but Conan cried and pissed and shit himself to death.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I presume. Yeah, I presume he is covered in piss and shit, and is a baby, and everyone hates him now.
Ed is dead. Big X's for his eyes. Anyway, Andy exclaims that her parents sent her a can of German monster blood, Monsterblut, and the book ends as Evan notices Cuddles eating something, forever trapped in this Mobius strip of stupidity. The end.
It's just the way. At least it wasn't
Hooray.
French monster blood.
The cover of Monster Blood 3 implies that it's about Evan growing giant, but Evan already
yeah.
fucking grew giant in this book. We already did that, R.L. Stein.
I do like the consistency because if I remember, I'm going to look at it right now, but I'm pretty sure in the cover his shoes are untied.
If that's true, I'll grant you
Yes,
that.
I remember this. We would both have to have imagined that.
I guess we did because his shoes are tied.
Well, that sucks.
Well, wait, who is this? Is this in? Evan's growing up way too fast. It is Evan. So okay, all right.
Yeah.
No, I know what it is. I think that there's a cover where like a kid is flying and his shoes are untied. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Monster?
How
Is
I
it
Learned
How
to
I Learned to
Fly?
Fly?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I
Checking.
learned to fly.
His shoes are.
Yep, shoes are untied. Well, no,
they're
tied.
They're
but they
tied
have
loosely. They've
Yeah,
got very
they're
long legs.
long
on those.
strings, yes, yes.
Yeah. Also, evil seagulls. What the fuck?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna hope that's
Yeah.
what that book's about when you get there.
Also, the Dutch version of this book, Cuddles, was replaced with Killer the Rat. So just yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Why would they name their rat Killer
I
for
don't know.
school?
Yeah, maybe it's a fun juxtaposition of a cute little thing being named like.
I guess. Okay.
Looking at the trivia on the wiki that shall not be named, apparently this cover is Jacobus's favorite. Is one of Jacobus's favorite covers because, quote, it was fun trying to make a hamster look evil, unquote.
You know,
Sorry,
He
I'm
did a
glad he
good job.
enjoyed
It's
it.
fun.
He did a great. He did a great job.
yeah,
And I'm glad he had fun.
yes, I'm
Yeah.
glad he had fun as well.
He was also maybe a little bit happy that the hamster was actually in the story.
I mean, credit where it's due. The hamster did appear.
And the cover explicitly happens.
It does. The
I-
cover happens, and the hamster is an actual threat in the book. I'll give you that. I'll give him
Yeah.
credit where it's due.
Yep. Evan almost gets bit, which I don't know if it would have been fatal, but I
Yeah.
guess at the hamster at Cuddles' size at the time, it could have done serious damage.
Oh, the bar is in the gutter, but
Yes.
but
You know what? It's a kid's bookstore
Yeah.
series.
yeah.
No. So with that, unless anyone has anything else to talk about, we can switch over to Brandon's patented review or Mario's patented review, whichever one y'all want to do first.
I'm chomping at the bit. I'll go.
Go for it. Go for it.
Go for it.
All right. Mind of a Child is what I'm calling this now because I can never remember the name of the bit. And I think from a kid's perspective, I think this book would have been a lot of suffering because there's a lot of bullying and getting vicariously bullied is not fun. Evan, however, does suck. So maybe it'll feel a little bit like justice for him to keep getting punished. That's the wrong way to think, but that's a very childlike way to think. I think kid and certainly kid me would have appreciated the cartooniness of a lot of this. If you have to have violence rather than have a bunch of people boringly talk in a hallway, having them get cartooned up and flattened into pancakes and things like that's just more entertaining and faster and better to think about. I think that's okay. I think this would have been okay. I think there's a lot of like kind of crap suspense and a lot of stretching, but it somehow just doesn't feel as egregious as a lot of the other Goosebumps books. being breezy is a huge benefit to a book like this, particularly when it's not like that very scary. And that's probably the biggest problem of this book, is that it's not at all scary.
Yeah, I agree.
As an adult, I appreciated that it was breezy, and
Yes.
I liked that. Despite having a lot of time wasting in it, it somehow just didn't feel that bad. I don't know. These are the kids and the adults parts are starting to collapse. I think like an
you're
adult
becoming a
reading
kid
this is-
again in many ways.
Yeah, I'm becoming young and fresh again. I have nothing more to add. That was it.
Okay.
All right.
Snap, snap.
Snap, snap.
Okay, then I will patently review this patented.
Please do.
This patently something book. Okay. If you may recall, as I am recalling at this moment, I review this in 3 categories. I'm remembering what they are, as you too, listener, probably are. Number 1 is relatability, aka the teen zone or the kid zone. Okay, all right. I think this book is actually pretty relatable. I mean, it's a bullying book, which is already kind of immediately relatable. As I said, I did have a teacher that was like this in grade school, and I bet that other kids did as well. So this like frustrating relationship with your teacher is here, I think. And also the new kid at school being made fun of because I think that Evan is relatable even if he's terrible. But then aren't we all probably terrible as a kid? So I'm going to give this like an 8 for relatability. I think it actually is pretty relatable. The scariness factor, I mean, it's like a 1. This book is not scary, as Brandon said. Right. If this book has a true flaw, it's that it's not scary at all. And I mean, even compared to other Goosebumps books, which are frequently not scary, this one is absolutely unscary. Like Brandon said, I think like it actually is pretty breezy to read, and while I don't think it's necessarily a good book, I do think it's like a very readable book. All things considered, it's just terminally not scary at all, for a cover that makes it appear like it might be. And then finally, the Stein factor. Again, I think this is pretty high. I truly in my heart believe he wrote this one, and I think that it is, if he didn't write it, the ghostwriter is astoundingly good at mimicking R.L. Stein. Like, has clearly done his homework, his or her homework, and read the first one cover to cover multiple times. And also every other book in the series to know, like...
Yes. And read a guide on how to hate fat people.
Right, exactly. Like the R.L. Stein Bible for how to write Goosebumps. Yeah. I mean, this is for me like a 10 out of 10 on Stein. Like... So either it's written by him definitively, or the best fucking ghostwriter in the business came on board and batted a dinger out of the park on it. I mean, so that's why there it is. You got an 8, a 1, and a 10. What does that mean? I don't know. What does that mean overall? I couldn't tell you. I think if you're gonna pick a Goosebumps book to read, you're probably not picking this one, because no one's picking Monster Blood 2. But at the same time, you could do worse than this.
Yeah.
You could do much worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'll go ahead and give my ranking update.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
have been kind of struggling with this a bit, but I've finally decided that Monster Blood 2 is slightly better than Monster Blood 1.
I agree.
I appreciate a couple things about it. Where Monster Blood, the original, is 4 out of 10. Classically terrible. Probably one of our biggest stinkers early on.
Most hated. One of the most hated. Certainly, yeah.
I would give this a 5 out of 10. I'm still kind of mulling that over in my head, but one of the things I really appreciate about it is that it doesn't fuck around and faff about as nearly as much as the original did.
I don't think there's any chapter in particular that feels like a waste of time. Like there probably are. I guess if they are, they're short enough that it didn't bother me.
That's the thing. That's the key. Where it's breezy. That's the thing that we were talking about earlier.
That's the thing that makes it most feel like it's just a ghostwriter that really captured R.L. Stein. I think like the last time we had one that was ghostwritten or that was heavily suggested to be ghostwritten, it also was pretty breezy, and that felt like this ghostwriter is trying to keep things moving in a way that R.L. Stein often doesn't.
Right.
He does capture the essence of several things, like the like extreme focus on bullying and unfairness, and a couple of other Steiny things are in there. It may also have been that like, the ghostwriter just filled in the stuff like that he wrote, that R.L. Stein wrote his favorite things.
He could have written part of it. It's true. I mean, he could have maybe Maybe the ghostwriter filled out the like intervening material and R.L. Stein just wrote the big scenes. It's possible.
That was part of the lawsuit, wasn't it? Because Stein was saying that, he used writing assistants.
Yeah.
But he was still in charge of like the thrust of the story, which totally makes sense because that's where a lot of Stein's ideas fall flat, is in the in-betweens, is connecting like bits of the story to like actual things happening.
Yeah, he has kids running from one end of a camp to another a lot
of meandering.
Here's a way to put a pin on this, on the way this book works, is this book has probably some of the best intervening chapters of a Goosebumps book. Like, best like filler chapters of just like the connective tissue. The connective tissue of this book is very strong in that it doesn't waste a lot of time. It keeps you moving. Stuff is happening. It's entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Where the book doesn't work actually is in the like major actual action of the book. The meat of the book is not very good.
Right.
But the sinew is great. You got great gristle in there.
Yeah. And this also suffers, I think, one of the biggest reasons I think it was a ghostwriter is because just the core, like I think that R.L. Stein would have remembered like how Monster Blood works.
I don't know
because,
about that.
maybe it's wrong, but at the same time, like this definitely seems like a game of like a game of telephone.
Yeah,
where R.L. Stein's like, Monster Blood. The idea is like, or someone like going back to Monster Blood 1 and like kind of reading it really quickly and trying to get the vibe, which is like, there's a goo that grows, and if things eat it, then they grow. And then just
fair enough.
being like, fine, fuck.
There's that growing goo.
Thank you all for listening. As always, if you would like to support us here at You Can't Scare Me, please check out our Patreon. You can get there at patreon.com/You Can't Scare Me. You can also go to YCSMpod.com or my favorite URL, youcan'tscare.me.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
It is. It's round and perfect and fulfilling.
Yeah. Just like
a big old spoonful of Monster Blood.
A little lime in there, a little cilantro on top of that.
Like a quivering little bit of Monster Blood.
Alrighty. And with that, let's talk about our next book real quick. It looks like it's a book about a shark. That's it. I like looking at the newer cover and not the Jacobus cover, where it's in the Jacobus cover, it's a hammerhead shark about to eat a child. Who is just swimming with like, flippers on. But in the newer one, it's just a shark. It's just a shark swimming around. Am I missing something? That's just a
shark. Yeah, that's just a picture of a shark for sure.
It's just a shark hanging around.
Oh, but wait,
there's danger.
There is a skeleton. There's a skull in the background.
Yeah, but it's like
a natural outcropping. It's just yeah.
Like what?
Goosebumps 19. Oh fuck, it's a shark.
Well, let's just say this. Next book, it's our summer special, releasing sometime in a season. But know that it will be. But reading it will be like you're at the beach. I'll record it in swim trunks,
and I will record all of the sand speech from Star Wars.
I will be sand. It's coarse and uncomfortable, and it gets in your swim trunks, and that's
everywhere.
Just not good.
No.
Look forward to Fun in the Sun on You Can't Scare Me.